not all people know, who happen to be the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans according to election, according to promise from the Most High God, that he's coming back to save his chosen people when he sends his son back to the earth.
Right.
We'll start first by giving all praise and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harukakudash.
double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, which is the doctrine that we come in. And greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the elect, those that give their lives freedom and in spare time making their bodies a living sacrifice to earn their salvation. All right? That are of the lineage of Israel. All right? Shalom unto you. All right, so we got a brother here and you asked a question. Your question was what?
Melchizedek.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you a question that we'll get into, okay? How important is that for your salvation?
Seems like it should be very important since I've heard he's Christ.
Okay.
Messiah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Do you know why? Why is it important?
Messiah is important for our salvation.
Right, but there was something we're gonna get into. Let's start with Genesis. We got Hebrews for a second. Yeah? Matter of fact, somebody get Hebrews, whoever got Hebrews 7,
Got Hebrews 7.
Get Hebrews 5.
Hebrews 5.
Yeah. I'm gonna look and see exactly where, but you go ahead and read that Genesis.
All right, this is Genesis chapter 14, and I'll start at verse 5. It says, and in the 14th year came Chedorlaomer and the kings that were with him, and smote the Raphaims and Ashereth, Carnium, and the Zuzims and Ham, and the Imims and Shavah, Kariathaim, and the Horites in the Mount Seir unto Al-Paran, which is by the wilderness. And I believe the Imims were basically the Anakims, which were they were giants. Okay, they go back to the Hamites. So basically, this was when Abraham, when he was he was on his journey to the promised land, the land of Canaan. He had before he was able to even get there, he went through trouble. He caught hell even getting there, because the Lord made the promise with him that he was going to give him the land flowing with milk and honey. That was going to be given to his seed and his seed, right? So here it is. He's having an encounter where he's about to fight with these Canaanite kings,
So-called African nations, who were not the same people. Let me say this real quick, which it's also symbolic. It's kind of hitting me right now. That's also symbolic that we got to go through troubles and ills to get to that land of milk and honey also.
It says, and the Horites in the Mount Seir, which shows you that before Esau came into Mount Seir, before he was given that inheritance, those Horites, which were a family of Canaanites, they dwelt in Mount Seir first. The word Horite, it means cave dweller. Okay?
They had the caves first.
They had that habitation first.
Were they also Edomites?
No, they were
No,
Africans.
these were Hamites.
Africans.
Hamites.
But this was before the Edomites came in there and took that land. The Lord predestined for that land to be given to the Edomites. All right, it says, and they returned, it came to...
all this is because it was taken from Canaan because of what he did to
Noah.
You remember what he did to Noah? Basically, he looked upon his nakedness and went and told his brothers and made jokes about it. His daddy in there drunk as a skunk and he's naked. You don't see. He's like, nah.
Because he was supposed to just, as his brothers, he was just supposed to bring the blanket of the cloth, and put it on them backwards.
Dropped it over and covered them up. You're not supposed to look on another man's naked. That's in the law. Proving that they had the law written in them back then.
Yeah.
And it was more so to it than, even though the Lord did curse Canaan, but the Canaanites, they were known to carry out the different satanic practices that he had Moses tell the children of Israel not to do. They was into incest. They was having, they was sacrificing their children. They was doing all type of satanic rituals amongst themselves. They were witches. So the Lord basically had it to where they was too filthy and unclean to even be on that land, because that land Well, it's the most fertile. It's the best land on the
On
earth.
earth. You know?
Okay,
And if the earth, for our sakes, we deserve that by the way.
that's right. So it says, and basically Abraham was on his journey to that land, but he ended up bypassing the land and he came into Egypt. Okay, it says, and they returned and came to Mishpat, which is Kadesh, and smote all the country of the Amalekites and also the Amorites, and dwelt in Hazan Tamar. And there went out of the king of Sodom and the king of Gomorrah and the king of Admah and the king of Zeboim and of the king of Bela.
Those are those 5 surrounding cities that got destroyed with Sodom.
Yep.
We know that the wicked practices that was going on in those days.
The same as Zoar, and they joined battle with them, and in the vale of Siddim with Chedorlaomer, the king of Elam, and with title king of nations, and Amraphel, king of Shinar, which Shinar is Babylon. It says, and Arioch, king of Elasar, 4 kings with 5. And the vale of Siddim was full of slime pits, and the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah fled and fell there, and they that remained fled to the mountain. And they took all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah and all their victuals and went their way. And they took Lot, Abram's brother's son, his nephew, who's dwelt in Sodom, and his goods, and departed. And there came one that had escaped and told Abram the Hebrew, for he dwelt in the plain of Mamre, the Amorite, brother of Eshcol, the brother of Aner, and these were confederate with Abram. And when Abram heard that his brother was taken captive, meaning his nephew, he armed his trained servants born in his own house, 318, and pursued them unto Dan. And he divided himself against them, and he and his servants by night, and smote them, and pursued unto them,
ambushed them in the middle of the night to go rescue his nephew.
and pursued them unto Hobah, which is on the left hand of Damascus.
You're gonna understand in a minute why he's reading all this.
And he brought back all the goods, and also brought again his brother Lot, his nephew Lot, and his goods, and his women, and the people.
Hey, he got all the spoils of that too, all the substance that from taking that. Okay, so they got all of this stuff happening. But it's gonna be because right now it all seems carnal right now. It's gonna be spiritual in a minute. Okay?
And the king of Sodom went out to meet him after his return from the slaughter of Chedorlaomer and of the kings that were with them at the valley of Savah, which is the king's dale. And Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High power.
So now the priest is involved. He came and left for what he's doing. He's doing a righteous thing to the Most High God. How would he know? Because he's the priest.
This is spiritual in itself, man, because he brought bread and wine to him. Right? He brought bread and wine to Abram. Hey, you know, it says, and he blessed him and said, blessed be Abram of the Most High God, possessor of heaven and earth, and blessed be the Most High.
Read that line again.
It says, and he blessed them and said, blessed be Abram of the Most High God.
He's still Abram right now.
Yeah.
Blessed be Abram, servant of the Most High God.
Yep.
Meaning, I come to confirm that Yahweh is with you.
He's that blessed seed,
Yeah.
right? It says, possessor of heaven and earth, and blessed be the Most High power, which have delivered thine enemies into thy hand, and gave him tithes of all. And the king of Sodom
He came and performed the law. He gave him tithes according to the law.
And the king of Sodom said unto Abram, give me the persons, give me the persons, take the goods to thyself. And Abram said to the king of Sodom, I have lifted up my hand unto the Lord Yahweh, the Most High God, the possessor of heaven and earth, that I will not take from a three even unto a shoe latchet, and that I will not take anything that is thine, lest thou shouldest say, I have made Abram rich. save only that which the young men have eaten, and the portion of the men which went with me, and Aner, Eshcol, and Mamre, let them take their portion.
Everybody just divided up what we need, divided up amongst us. We good. We don't need it all.
So basically, the fact that this priest, which he was a king, king of what? Salem. What does the word Salem mean? It's the Hebrew word shalom, which means peace. Now, what are some of the titles that they give the Messiah? The name of the Lord.
The Son of God, Messiah,
Get Isaiah 9. Isaiah 9 and starting from 6.
the Lamb of God. Give him a lot of titles.
There's some more titles.
Yeah,
We're going to get it in the Old Testament.
We got it. Yeah, that's all.
It's Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given,
Prophecy.
and the government shall be upon his shoulder. And his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace.
The Prince of Peace. Okay? So it's spiritual, but basically Melchizedek is Yahweh Shah. Okay?
It's deeper. We're not gonna go into that other incarnation.
Right. We can still deal with Melchizedek. The word Melchizedek is from the Hebrew word Malak Tazadak, which means king of righteousness. Go to Jeremiah 23.
The king of righteousness was also king of peace.
Right.
So who else held those titles? That's what you about to get, right?
Yeah, because we need to establish something. Since when did the priesthood ever
Right.
accumulate with the thrones, with the king sitting on the throne?
It didn't.
It never happened. Then Judah, that was the line where you're going to have the king's going to come out of the line of Judah. Okay. Melchizedek, he was the figuration of the priesthood joining with the throne. Okay. Now, look at the old.
Ask me a question. Let me ask you this. So what tribe were given to be the priest? Levi. It was only to be a Levite. He was a priest. Talking about Melchizedek, right? And that's why the brother said what he said, because now he was the figure that opened up the priesthood unto everybody else.
Jeremiah 23 and 5. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I'll raise unto David a righteous branch,
David was out of what tribe? Judah.
and the king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth.
Who was that talking about? The seed, the seed that would come from the line of David, which our Lord Yahweh Shai, he came from the line of David. That's why he is the root and offspring of Jesse. And when it says the branch, that's talking about the Messiah. He was being prophesied about in the Old Testament by the prophets. Okay, so read that again.
According to Jeremiah 23 and 5. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I'll raise unto David a righteous branch, and the king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth.
Yeah, so because remember, when King David became king, the Lord made a promise to him that his throne would never cease. He would always have his throne. But he said that he would raise up his son to sit upon that throne. Go get 2 Samuel, the 7th chapter. And then we're going to go back to that.
That's the first place where Melchizedek appears in the Bible, right there on Genesis 14, 15.
Genesis 14, yeah.
12, right?
Yeah.
2 Samuel 7 and 12. Yeah, it says, and when thy days be fulfilled, that's key. Anyway, it says, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers.
But David get ready to give up the ghost and go back to the spirit world.
It says, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers. I will set up thy seed after thee. And
Who was the seed after? Solomon.
so, which shall proceed out of thy mouths, and I will establish his kingdom. He shall build a house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever. But Solomon's kingdom didn't reign forever. Right? So keep going, right? Yep. Verse 14. I will be his father, and he shall be my son. A lot of clues in this. Right?
Yeah. Because who's the begotten son of the Most High? Yahweh Shai.
If he commit iniquity, which Solomon did.
Solomon, he committed iniquity.
It said, I will chasten him with the rod of men and with the stripes of the children of men.
But did that happen to Solomon?
Right.
That didn't happen to Solomon. But this is still pertaining to Solomon because it was a figuration of things to come. Okay? We don't get to it. Let's go get
setting all the pieces up. It said, but my mercy shall not depart away from him.
Why? Because the Lord was going to give him the sure mercy. Go ahead.
As I took it from Saul, whom I put away before thee, and thine house and thy kingdom shall be established forever before thee. Thy throne shall be established forever. Kept repeating that.
Forever and ever. Is there a little more?
Yep. According to all these words, and according to all this vision, so did Nathan speak unto David, which was the priest that spoke unto the king.
Prophet.
The prophet that spoke unto the king.
Yep. So go back to Jeremiah 23.
Jeremiah 23 and 6. In his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name whereby he shall be called, the Lord our righteousness.
All right.
King of righteousness.
King of right. He's going to
Y'all
be the king
believe
of
that
righteousness.
Solomon was the reincarnation of Absalom?
Yes. That's exactly what y'all saying right here.
That's what Samuel, 2 Samuel was saying.
This Matthew 1 and 1, the book of the generation of Yahweh Shai, the son of David.
Son of David. Who's the son of David? Solomon.
The son of Abraham.
The son of Abraham was who?
Isaac.
Right?
Abraham begat Isaac, and Isaac begat Jacob.
That's all you need. The generations of our Lord, Yahweh Shai, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Okay? So these are all going to play into who this one man spirit is. But that's why I asked you, the first I asked you, what was the significance of Melchizedek? Okay? All right, so
But I have one question. Solomon king.
right,
Sure. Yahushua did.
right. Okay, hold that. No, wait. Oh, you want to jump ahead and then go back?
What was you going to have to get?
I was going to have going to the priest.
What book are y'all in? I'm trying to get it.
Yeah, that will depends on where we're about to go right now. We can just answer that question, or I was going to answer it.
You got time y'all want to
We gonna get you. Let's stay with
You know the Hebrews?
The priest.
Yeah. So that's why I want Hebrews 5.
Yeah.
5 and 5.
I think it was around here. Yeah. We start at 5.
Start at 5.
Whichever looks good to you.
Hebrews 5 and 5. So also, Yahweh Shai, Mashiach.
He might as well be from the top.
Yeah, okay,
He might as well be from the top.
Okay.
Because it goes into what the priesthood.
Yeah, right. That's the part. Yeah, that's the part I need. It is.
Hebrews 5 and 1. For every high priest taken from among men is ordained for men and things pertaining to the Most High. That he may offer both gifts and sacrifices for sins.
The original priests, that was how they had to atone for sins. They had to come with a sacrifice in the Holy of Holies. Right? That was with under the original priesthood. Under the old covenant.
Who can have compassion on the ignorant and on them that are out of the way.
Hey, because you can't really have compassion on them because they broke the law. You have to execute it by the law. Real quick, I just want to say this real quick. So, if you're a thief, right, and you're stealing because it's fun, and I'm a thief, but I steal because I'm hungry and I need it. Should we get the same judgment? Shouldn't. That was the compassion he's talking about. One of them deserves a little more compassion than the other. Because he's just doing one doing it to be wicked, one of them doing it to feed himself. Right? So you can't, but according to the law and the old priesthood, everybody, all thieves got judged the same. You know? So that opens that up. Go ahead, bro.
For that he himself,
He kind of missed me on where's he at?
Hebrews 5 and 2. For that he himself also is compassed with infirmity, and by reason hereof he oft, as for the people, so also for himself, to offer for sins. And no man taketh this honor unto himself, but he that is called of the Most High.
And he was just as dirty as all the people. He wasn't perfect. The priest. They were just as filthy. So he had to do his own sacrifices for himself. He said, who was above him to do that? Right?
As was Aaron. So also Yahushua HaMashiach glorified not himself to be made an high priest.
He didn't glorify himself to be made a high priest, but he was the high priest. And he was untainted. He was clean. He was the one that was without sin. Right? So now there's somebody higher than the priest, the real high priest that can really give a sacrifice because they're clean.
But he that said unto him, Thou art my son, today have I begotten thee. As he said also in another place, Thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek.
So that opened it up to Yahushua from the order of Melchizedek. Because, I'm trying to think how I'm going to answer this.
And this was a king giving tithes to Abraham.
Right.
So he did the job of a priest.
Right.
You know? Originally the priesthood, that belonged to the Levites. And after the Lord came and became a sacrifice for the nation of Israel, that opened up the priesthood to all the tribes. That's what he opened up. Okay? And that's under the new covenant.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm going to have him read the prophecy of it right quick.
Yep.
Exodus 19.
19 and 6.
Exodus 19 and 6. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests.
Kingdom of priests means a bunch of kings that are also priests.
And a holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel.
It's a future prophecy because at this time it was still the Levitical priesthood at that point. Alright? So there's a prophecy that it will be opened up. Now Melchizedek help open that up.
He came to be a figuration of it,
right.
But Melchizedek didn't open it up. But when he came back as Yahushua and became that sacrifice, he opened that up.
So Melchizedek never sinned either, right?
No.
Christ never sinned.
Solomon did.
Adam did too.
So that was it on that, right?
Well, that's a whole nother.
This is Hebrews. We're on chapter 5, verse 7. Who in the days of his flesh, when he had offered up prayers and supplications with strong crying and tears unto him, that was able to save him from death, and was heard in that he feared. Though he were a son, yet learned he obedience by the things which he suffered, and being made perfect, he became the author of eternal salvation unto all them that obey him.
To all them that obey him. All Israel don't obey, breaking the laws and becoming premeditated in breaking the law. The wickedness has gone to a whole other level. Keep going.
Called of the Most High and High Priest after the order of Melchizedek.
Who opened that, I don't want to say opened up, who was the transfiguration of that being opened up, but Yahushua actually opened. He gave himself from that side.
Jump to Hebrews 7.
Yep.
Start at 12. Start at 11 actually.
Hebrews chapter 7, verse 11. If therefore perfection, whereby the Levitical priesthood, for under it the people received the law, what further need was there that another priest should rise after the order of Melchizedek, and not be called after the order of Aaron? For the priesthood being changed, there is made of necessity a change also of the law.
So there was an upgrade in the covenant, if you will, the priesthood, because the Levitical priesthood, they pretty much but they failed. They failed. So the Lord had to make it better by giving us a better sacrifice.
By giving us better promises also. To the exile.
So basically the order changed. That was the only thing that separated the old covenant from the new covenant.
Let me ask you a question. What was part of that change? Like what was part of the upgrade that came? Because nobody can keep the law perfectly except Yahushua. So how could other people be judged righteous to as the sins being blotted out, to be accepted when you were only by the Old Testament? Right, but there's something else. There's something else now that's the difference. That you didn't take that before, but now it's faith. It takes your faith to perform.
Give up with sacrifice.
Before, I can't find a turtle dove.
Israel was premeditated sacrifice. They just keep the sacrifice. So after I do this, just in case after I do this, I'm gonna have to sacrifice the offering too, because I just
Or now that I found this sacrifice, I can go do this now. I got something. They go abuse the law. But now with this, that's why when we go to the 11th chapter of Hebrews, we go so deep into how important faith is. All this is lining up because you want to, you got to be born at the 7th chapter. You got a precept?
Hold that.
This is verse 13. For he of whom these things are spoken pertained to another tribe, of which no man gave attendance at the altar. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
He's a new priest, but he's out of Judah. He's not the old ones were from Levi.
Of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood. And it is yet far more evident, for that after the similitude of Melchizedek there ariseth another priest, who is made not after the law of carnal commandment, but after the power of an endless life. For he testifieth, thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek.
Read down to 27.
Y'all in Hebrew?
Hebrews 7.
Verse 27. Who needed not daily.
Where did you move off at?
Verse 17.
Jump to and then just read down to 27.
Verse 20. And inasmuch as now without an oath he was made priest. For those priests were made without an oath.
No, so I think we read 18 and 19 also. Because it's going to show you how that happened.
For there is,
or why it happened.
For there is barely,
it's verse 18, right?
Yes, a disannulling of the commandment.
It's taking the power out of that commandment. And the commandment was given to the Levites. Now the power is being taken out of them. Because they failed, like you said, they failed it.
Going forth for the weakness and unprofitableness.
Hey, man, you a Levite, you know, I messed up, but I saw you the other day mess up. When you slide, you do something. And we, you know, like, he was a regular man. The priest was a regular man too that was making mistakes.
You had
Now in
wicked
the
priests.
government.
You had wicked
Right.
priests that were being, bribed, and
Yep.
that was allowing Israel to secretly sacrifice, and some of them was even secretly sacrificing to idols and devils.
Yep.
So the Lord had to change this up. Like,
This system ain't working.
For the weakness and unprofitableness thereof.
For the weakness and unprofitable, they have stony hearts too. They were not perfect with perfect judgment either. Go ahead, bro.
For the law made nothing perfect.
The law, then now we get back, because the old priesthood, the Levitical priesthood, made the law couldn't be kept perfectly, so it made nothing perfect.
But the bringing in of a better hope, by the which we draw nigh unto Yahweh Shai.
This Hebrews 8 and 6. But now hath he obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant.
Our new high priest, even though he's not a Levite, he's a better mediator of a better covenant. So first off, he lived a life dealing with, sinless. He was able to be tempted by sin, but he passed that. The older Levitical priesthood, they didn't pass it. They testified and they failed, like everybody else. Right? That was a better ministry, established upon better promises. Because now it don't have the whole nation don't have to make it. Only the elect can now make it, which makes them the good people that are in the Most High's hand and can be plucked out. They're the ones that are going to make it. Because there's just some wicked seeds in our nation that without the law being put on without the Spirit being put in us for the new covenant, they would never perform it. They will never perform it. Some of us can get close, but some of them are just terrible. So this is the new covenant is going to clean all this up. But we needed somebody worthy of that to be able to do that. So stop right there. Go ahead, bro.
This is verse 20.
Back in 7. Yeah.
And inasmuch as now without an oath, he was made priest. For those priests were made without an oath. But this with an oath by him that said unto him, the Lord sware and will not repent. Thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek.
And that was in Psalm 110. Yeah.
By so much was Yahweh Shai made a surety of a better testament.
That's what we were talking about in the 8th chapter 4.
And they,
let me say something real quick. Because he said the author of a better testament, right? Now, when Yahweh Shai, when he sat with his disciples, what exactly were they doing when he told them this is a New Testament? I'm saying, like, when they had the Passover, that final Passover, and they was having the final Passover, and
the Passover outside of Exodus, outside of
I'm talking about to the Messiah, when the Messiah was on
The Last
he was
Supper.
about to get crucified.
So to speak.
He had his last Passover with his apostles. They were eating, right? Now, what did they have at the Passover? What did they have at that Passover?
unleavened bread, wine.
Bread and wine.
Bread and
What
wine.
did
But
it
it was
have?
unleavened, of course. But when he had them break it and eat it, that was representing his body. The body is what? This knowledge, this word. Okay, this is known as the bread of life. And then the blood was what? The blood of the New Testament. Drink this blood, for this is the blood of the New Covenant, the New Testament. So that's how you know he's the one that opened up for the New Covenant, for us all to be priests.
That's right. That's why he said it was so spiritual that he offered it. What did he give unto him?
He gave Abraham wine and bread.
Wine and bread.
Oh, I've already done all that. That's why I didn't know the message.
Hebrews 9 and 11. For Yahweh Shai being come and high priest of good things to come by a greater and more perfect tabernacle, not made with hands, This is the same, not of this building.
Yep.
So it's new and upgraded. It's better now. Okay. Now we don't have
You're
to.
gonna get another covenant, though, right?
Well, the new covenant is going to be finalized when he actually write the law, statutes, commandments in us when our image comes, and that's going to happen ultimately when he comes back and we become changed. You know, we come up out of these surface bodies.
Not quite. Because it's something we talked about earlier. We're about to get to it. You got
Seven,
down.
right?
Come on, verse 23.
Just read the
Verse 23. And they truly were many priests because they were not suffered.
Let me tell you something, bro. Great Millstone, we're going to move on, but we get to meet all off the phone. We got to get it all off so we get the full understanding. There might be something in one of these other verses that make it all click.
Yeah.
That's how we were talking.
It's still confusing, you know. It's still, I'm gonna have to go home and read it kind of like now that I'm getting it complete.
Okay.
And I'm sure it'll come to.
Go ahead, bro. We'll tie it all in just a minute.
because they were not suffered to continue by reason of death. But this man, because he continued ever, had an unchangeable priesthood. Wherefore he is able also to save them to the uttermost that come unto the Most High by him. Seeing he ever liveth to make intercession for them.
And because he got the victory over them. So, you know, like the priesthood was passed down because somebody would die. This man lived through all of that. You don't die. Come on, bro. Don't tie it all in.
For such an high priest became us, who is holy, harmless.
Hey, now we get to be on that high level like the priests. We ain't got to be like regular men dealing with the regular. We got to live on that high priestly level. That's why I had to read Exodus 20, 19, and 6. Because now we got to be a kingdom of people. Everybody's living righteously like the priests were supposed to live. But we're also going to be kings with all the blessings that come with that. Go ahead, bro. This is why, because Melchizedek, like the brother said, spoke.
Undefiled, separate from sinners,
Yep.
and made higher than the heavens.
That's talking about Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
Okay.
But we're gonna be joint heirs with that also. We'll be on that level also.
Who needed not daily, as those high priests, to offer up sacrifice first for his own sins, and then for the people's.
Wait. What do you mean first for his own sins? What sins?
Who are you talking about?
Talking about Yahweh Shai. Who needed not daily for someone else to offer up first for his own sins, and then for the people's. Right.
So
But
he's
he did that as Solomon.
And you said it earlier.
So when he read it, it's gonna
Going
say.
back to 2 Samuel.
Right.
What if the Lord said, if my son commit iniquity,
he will be
I will beat him with the stripes of men.
yeah.
Solomon didn't get beat with the stripes of men.
But
Jesus did.
Right. But it seemed like he didn't deserve that, right? But he did deserve it because of what he did as Solomon. Just like it said in 2 Samuel. Read what it says. But look how wonderful it is. Right. You have to have it. You have to have it first. Hey. That's why I asked you, how important is it to the salvation?
I had heard that Melchizedek was Christ before he was Christ. Before he was Yahweh.
Right.
And I had also heard he was Solomon. So I couldn't confirm it. I couldn't confirm it through the word. So I figured I'd come to y'all and bring it to y'all.
That's what we're doing. Showing you all of it. Finish that verse, bro.
Verse 27.
Start at 27.
Who needed not daily, as those high priests, to offer up sacrifice, first for his own sins, and then for the people's.
That's what the priests have to do. Have to sacrifice for their own and then for the rest of us.
For this, he did once,
So this Yahweh Shai did once.
when he offered up himself.
He got crucified.
Yeah. That was for what he did as Solomon, as well as for all Israel, to be able to come back to the Most High.
And not just Solomon.
Right.
Adam.
Yeah.
So then Adam is also.
Yes.
yeah,
First
first
got-
Go to Luke real quick. Go to Luke the 3rd chapter when it goes into the lineage of Mary. Go into that room.
Yeah.
It's established. And then somebody could get 1 Corinthians 15.
Yep, I was thinking that.
Well, even Isaac was like called the first son. So,
all that
you know,
say-
he was.
And there's no new.
Yeah, he was.
That's what I. That's why I had to read. That's why I had to read back.
Can I bring out a precept right before we go? Exodus chapter 20, verse 5. Thou shalt not bow thyself to them nor serve them. I, the Lord, thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children unto the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me. So that goes into reincarnation. So Yahweh Shah had to be under that law, Exodus 25, because he went off of Solomon, he went off of Adam. So he still falls under the Most High's law. You know? So he got basically punished for his sins as being Solomon Adam. Right? When he came back as Yahweh Shah.
And there were two, basically what he did in those 2 incarnations was pretty grave because major things occurred from them sin. Under Adam, basically death came into the world. After Adam sinned, because he followed his woman Eve, who was beguiled by the serpent, we had to learn wickedness, and then we became evil by nature, so we start to sin. Yep.
Was that serpent a serpent or was it?
That was a man.
That was a man. That was a man. Hey, that's Christianity. That's
I didn't believe it.
them Christians that ain't.
Serpent, so I just want to make sure.
We don't have the Christian mindset to interpret it like that.
Well, I was trying to call them generation of vipers.
Exactly.
Generation of vipers.
We're talking about the type of spirit they have. You know, the poison. The poison is the poison of atoms and asps. You know, I'm talking about the venom, the philosophies of the web story. You know, it's all connected that way. People want to see, you know, Snake Cobra Commander came, you know, from G.I. Joe, you know, thinking like that.
Right. So as Adam, you know, he transgressed. So therefore, we have to taste of death ever since that happened. Okay, and then down the line, you had the sons of God, which those sons of God were actually the men. They were men, descendants of Adam. They were Adamites. They were of the chosen line before they eventually became Israelites later. Okay,
I gotta say this when we talk about reincarnation, right? That which has been, that has already been, that which shall be, have been of old time. So those people were always on the planet, but there was always something special about them. But they had gone through I don't want to say ritual, the whole scenario to make them into Israelites.
Yeah.
Okay? So
that was the same lineage.
that's what I'm saying. They just hadn't been through the whole process that it takes to where God chose them directly.
They weren't a nation like.
Right, they weren't created as a nation.
Yeah.
But they had those same spirits.
We go to Lamentation. Luke 3. Like start up a few verses. Start with Jacob.
It's Luke 3 and 34, which was the son of Jacob.
No, this is talking about the lineage of Mary. Yeah. It's going into her lineage how she goes back to the same tribe. But it's gonna all tie back. But it's going backwards. And Matthew went forward to Joseph, and this way it's going backwards.
Luke 3 and 34, which was the son of Jacob, which was the son of Isaac, which was
Jacob being the son of Isaac, go ahead.
which was the son of Abraham,
He was the son of Abraham.
which was the son of Terah,
Which is Terah, Abraham's father.
which was the son of Nachor, which was
Nahor, go ahead.
which was the son of Saruk,
Sarub, yeah, go ahead.
which was the son of Ragu,
And all these different names, you can read it in Genesis, the 5th chapter, when it talks about the sons of Adam. All right, you had
This is mirroring it.
Adam and Eve had Cain and Abel, and we know Cain was wicked. Abel was righteous, but he got slew. they after that happened, Eve and Adam, they came together and brought forth Seth. And Seth continued the line of the righteous line of Adam. That was the lineage of the sons of God. So let's continue.
which was the son of Caleb, which was the son of Eber,
Eber, which is where Hebrew, the word Hebrew comes from Eber. Ibar. It came from Eber. All right.
It's a past.
Yep.
which was the son of
That's why
Salah,
they call Abel a Hebrew, because he's a descendant of Eber. Because Eber was part of that lineage, that line of the sons of God. Go ahead.
which was the son of Salah, which was the son of Canaan, which was the son of Arphaxad,
Yep.
which was the son of Shem,
Yep.
which was the son of Noah,
Son of Noah. Go ahead.
which was the son of Lamech,
Go ahead.
which was the son of Methuselah,
Methuselah. Go ahead.
which was the son of Enoch,
Yep.
which was the son of Jared, which was the son of Maliliel, which was the son of Canaan, which was the son of Enos, which was the son
That
of
was a
Seth,
righteous Canaan, not an Hamite Canaan. Different Canaan.
which was the son of Seth,
Which was the son of Seth, the one that replaced Abel. Go ahead.
which was the son of Adam,
Which was the son of Adam. So we at the beginning now. Go ahead.
which was the son of Yahweh.
Which was the son of Most High.
So who else was
Now
the
go
son of
now go to Matthew 1 and 1.
Right.
This is Matthew, verse 1 and 1. This, the book of the generation of Yahweh Shai, the son of David, the son of Abraham.
So, and these two men are part of that line of the sons of God. Okay. So basically, Yahweh Shai, he was the first Adam. All right. Now I don't know if somebody
First Corinthians
15. 1 Corinthians 15 and
Praise God, praise God.
30 something, 40, late
My boy
30s.
Priest Sabakat.
22.
Not up here.
We're here today.
Then I got
No,
it.
he not. You got that doctor.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine.
That's the house of Israel. We can bring music.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's different. Oh, it's different. It's different.
Yeah, different.
Oh, what tribe? God said stop bickering over the tribe and come together and take care of the job.
We y'all gotta believe the same thing though.
Real talk. Real talk. Huh?
Right there in the scripture.
That's a fact, bro. You don't need a scripture to tell you that common sense. He said stop bickering over the tribe. That's what's in the scriptures out here. That's what's put us up. The devil came with the scriptures. The devil came in and attacked with
All right. Let's continue. Let's get back to
the
the
original Bible was written by the black man.
You got it. You got it. Oh, go
This
ahead.
1 Corinthians 15 and 45. And so it is written, the first man Adam was made a living soul. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit.
Read that again.
And so it was written, the first man Adam was made a living soul, and the last Adam was made a quickening spirit.
That's right.
They
Okay.
said come together and
He was the first Adam.
You know what the devil doing?
But when he
Come together
came
as
back
what?
as Yahweh Shai,
Come
he was
together as
what?
what,
He was
black man?
a quickening spirit.
Hey, come
Quiet.
together and what?
All right.
Don't bicker over the tribe. Hey,
Yeah.
I know you waiting. You waiting.
Go from there to Romans 5.
exactly, man.
Jake is bugged out.
That's all of it,
Sometimes
man.
Jake, you
Come
gotta,
together.
I know you
you
waiting.
gotta let Jake go. That ain't
Bloods
Jake
and
go.
Crips, GDs, disciples,
Go ahead,
Christ
man.
Lords,
Yeah,
the
five,
tribes, God. Come together.
5 and
Take care of the
start
job. Know
at
what the devil doing.
17.
God.
It is true. We do have to come together.
No. Listen to what the devil just told you. That's the devil. That was the devil.
They come with the
Well, let me
wicked
ask
one.
you a question off of what he was saying. Tell me, when we do get to the kingdom, there's still going to be separation.
No.
No.
We all gonna be able to understand.
You just read in there. Go go ahead and talk about it.
Everybody's mind not gonna
Yeah.
understand everything as we should now. The elect is gonna all understand everything as we should, but there's 2/3 of us not gonna get it.
Don't the scriptures say, can two walk together, at least they be agreed? So if you ain't agreeing on everything that's the true doctrine, how can you walk together with it?
That's why I wanted to move on to some other subjects. I kind of have enough of y'all kids there because on lineage, I believe y'all. I do. You guys ran it through my head. I got that. So, but I got 1 or 2 more questions and I'll be ready to go. kind of like spirit.
To answer your question before, in the kingdom we're all going to have the laws in us. So how can I think different than him when we got the same laws in us? So it ain't gonna be no ain't gonna be no separation in the kingdom.
But you guys think that the box, a priest of box, and HOI ain't gonna make it?
We believe there's gonna be some sincere men under that. But a lot of guys, that's how they moving over there. It's not. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not moving right.
I started with the GMF. I didn't listen to nobody with GMF.
Hey, that's
for
kind
at least a
of,
year.
you said that the other day, man. That rubbed me wrong. I'm gonna let you know right now.
What?
To start with the 100% truth, to start here, and somebody's going to go 30 minutes into that camp to answer one question for you so you get the full understanding. Not to cheat you, not to microwave you, to give you everything that you need, but the full understanding of something. And you want to move on.
I mean, I heard everything GMF said to say in a year's time.
You haven't. We just broke down no
Well, you know, I was listening to it for the conversation, the questions. You guys didn't answer all the questions because they didn't all come to you. HOI get a lot of questions too. And a lot of other ones. It wasn't about the group, it's about the questions and how to address things.
Right. But when you're fishing for some of these other groups, you're fishing for them answers that don't line up with what we got in here, what come out of this.
Well, I mean, I got
that's what I'm, like what I'm saying is some groups are out there that's gonna tell you it's all right that you can do your music thing in this truth. We don't believe that. We got a song to sing. It's this. You know what I'm saying? There's other things. There's other different the heathen was Cornelius. There's a bunch of different things that these other groups believe in that we don't. The mark of the beast, the America not gonna be destroyed. We can be kings in this kingdom here, like all types of stuff.
Well, like I said, I listen to GMS so much that I'm convinced of all those things. I'm like on the same page. But
so you want to continue, or you want to just move on, or what?
But the doctrine makes us. We're saved by the doctrine. We're saved by the doctrine.
But the only good thing is that this thing is all right.
Yeah, it's about edification. It's all about edification. I think.
The thing is this: we're going to answer every question, but you have to have the patience.
I can come back. I can always come back. You know, it's not like
you can always come back. Yeah,
God willing, I can come back. What's that?
Yeah, no, I know what you said last day on earth.
That's true. God willing, I can come back though. And if not,
So there's a reason why we were reading.
You can't be offended for the person gets to more than one camp, especially if they don't belong to a camp.
I can be.
But you know what? Like the scriptures say, man, every man be offended persuaded. See, if you dabble into these other groups, what's gonna happen is when you mix wines, it has an effect on your body. You're not gonna function clearly when you got multiple wines mixed up in you. Now, when you take from each camp,
25.
Each camp has a specific kind of wine to give you.
But the Spirit has to validate the words of God speaking also. You can't just automatically just assume everything.
That's right. So
right.
basically, it's between you and the Most High. I think.
That's right. So, you know,
It's-
the Most High might direct me to them for some words, for some more edifying too. You never
Now,
know.
let me ask you something. When Apostle Paul was on the scene, would he have directed some of his church members to go and start learning from Alexander and Hymenaeus and the vagabond? Like, would he have directed people in the churches to go and look up when other Israelites that wasn't teaching the same thing that Paul was teaching? Matter of fact, give me 1 Corinthians 1 real quick. 1 and 10. And this is what Apostle Paul said. I can't see Apostle Paul after writing this to the church of Corinth and then turn around and allowing for members of that particular church to go and start learning from other Israelites who was teaching totally different than what he was teaching. Let's give it.
1 Corinthians 1 and 10. Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord Yahweh Shai, that ye all speak the same thing.
That we all speak the same exact thing. That we all see eye to eye the doctrine.
Every doctrine.
Apostle Paul didn't see eye to eye with everybody. So that's why him and
what did he
Silas
do?
went different ways.
They
because
said-
over a word,
they-
over a name. They both went two different, but they were both together at
But they were still
for a
teaching.
time.
Right.
But what did they not stop? They still had the same
Over a
doctrine.
name. That's when
Yeah, but him and Barnabas, they still taught the same doctrine. Their split was because Barnabas wanted to bring Mark, who was basically slothful in the work of the ministry, right? And he was trying to justify Mark, so he was like, I don't think he's a man of the Lord. He's lukewarm. So if you want to deal with him, then you deal with him, and I'm gonna go and be on fire and teach this word. That's what happened. That was what the split was about. Okay.
And what? They had the same elders.
Exactly. But read that again.
1 Corinthians 1 and 10, now I beseech you, brother, by the name of our Lord Yahweh Shai, that ye all speak the same thing, and that there be no divisions among you, but that ye be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment.
Now go from there to...
Hold on, read that end part one more time.
That ye be perfectly joined together.
That you be perfectly joined together, one body, go ahead.
In the same mind.
In the same mind.
And in the same judgment.
And in the same judgment. So if I believe that the mark of the beast is the RFID chip, all the people that I'm going to be with is going to believe that too. You can't go to somebody that don't believe.
What you saying?
It ain't up to us.
I mean, the Bible says it itself. You break it down in Isaiah.
You know how many years it's been broken down? And those guys actually got to see our videos and our breakdown and even did response videos to ours. Yeah. We don't agree. They don't agree with what we teach.
Start going off on that. I don't agree with that he did.
Well, not even just that. He goes off on Cornelius.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe Cornelius is an Israelite. We broke that down to the last week.
Cornelius was in the Roman army. Cornelius had an Italian name.
We've seen some of this knowledge is it's not clicking, bro. We try to make it simple for you, but sometimes if you try to make it thorough to you, it seems like it's not sinking in. If it was really sinking in, then there wouldn't be no confusion on Cornelius.
We said the scripture. You gotta be fully persuaded in your own mind.
You're asking him to go against what the Bible says. That's what you asking.
Is it back?
Yeah, you asking whoever that don't believe in Cornelius until you explain it to him. Because from the Bible,
we've done this.
He looked like he was a Roman from the Roman army. He didn't look like it's not like they got pictures of him. You could see that he was an Israelite.
Yeah, the scripture that he was Israelite.
You have to have faith from the word.
Okay, so if you believe, the reason why we stress Cornelius is because if you believe that Cornelius wasn't an Israelite, then you believe all nations can make it. You believe all nations gonna get salvation in the second coming.
Because that's about letting an exception in.
You have to believe that. If you believe,
I don't believe Cornelius was a Roman anymore. I was on the cusp of that.
So you're convinced that he was an Israelite?
I was convinced last week when he was telling me about it.
Okay, so if you agree with that, if you're convinced with that, then why are you still taking
You still have to explain it to a person like they're 3-year-old.
We've broken down as a part.
You like y'all put it like y'all. We just don't agree. That doesn't make sense. You don't explain it to them.
We did.
But if you don't explain it to a person,
We did.
Select it, bro. Select it. It's that you can literally go on YouTube, bro, and type in any topic and put GMS on it, and it's gonna be a video that pops up.
So
Through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shah, we are the most diligent camp in Israel.
We have
It's many videos of going into any topic in the scriptures. It's not like the truth not out there. The scripture says plain to them to understand. If they don't understand it, hey, we're not trying to convince. Our job is to just
Put it
preach.
out there.
It's just to bid into the marriage.
And we even put like his name on videos. Zabak. Cornelius is an Israelite. We put like there's names of videos like that. Like where it's not, he can't ignore them.
Yeah, you
Because he come back with a response saying, "No, I don't see it," or that ain't what it is. It's this. He'll go to his own. There's other groups that have done that. All we can do is present it.
But that's between y'all two. I mean, I do, but I just want y'all to come together.
It's not happening.
That's what I want. I want to see
that's your own. That's of your own counsel. The scripture
my
said.
own for the Israelites. That's what Israel is.
The Most High
don't love 2/3 of our own people. He gonna kill them. He gonna kill 2/3 of our own people.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the ones that are woken. I'm not talking about the 2/3.
They ain't woke if they don't see the whole thing. They have 11 in their doctrine.
Luke 12 and is that 40?
So what y'all saying is only great millstone. Y'all making it sound like only GMS going in. Because only y'all gonna agree with us. Everybody's not gonna agree with y'all.
There's other groups that don't go by GMS that got the same doctrine.
Yep.
49, if I'm not mistaken.
Can we get to the one more question? Who is
Yeah. Verse 51.
This Luke 12 and 51. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth.
Who's this talking?
where you put
Luke 12, 51.
Say that again.
Suppose ye that I come to give peace on earth? I tell you, nay, or rather division. For from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2 and 2 against 3.
It's not gonna be equal. It ain't gonna be everybody coming together. It's gonna divide it up.
I'm out here by myself. I separated myself from all my homies, my family, because all of them want to stay in Christianity.
We all did that.
Same.
Yeah.
We all did that. But we also believe in everything that's in this book.
I do
So
too.
I'm sure Zabak and them probably
But
done it
some
too.
things are sort of misleading in the book until you explain it to a person. So if they misled by the scriptures, then you have to bring the truth to them.
That's why we are here.
But let me just ask this question.
Can I ask you something? Hold on.
I knew a man in
Can I
Yahushua
ask you something, sir?
14 years
Can I ask
ago.
you something? You know about the dry bones in Ezekiel 37? The dry bones in Ezekiel 37? You know how some Israelites had the skin and sinews, they didn't have the breath. What that breath?
Oh yeah, they didn't have a breath. Yeah, you're putting the breath in them, speaking the breath into them. The breath in life. He told them prophesied to him, and then the first they got the skin, and they got the
But you had Israelites with the skin and sinews, but you had other Israelites with skin, sinews, and the breath. Right. That's the difference. So that breath is 100% understanding. So that's why we don't agree with other camps, because they don't have a breath. But they don't know deepness of the scriptures.
pray on it, read on it.
So you had to read the book, right?
So let me ask you, so if another group, they have a difference in doctrine with us, we still should be able to come together, right? Instead of separate.
First of all, I don't go to camp doctrine to doctrine. That's what I don't do.
But you admit that you watch.
I went to you guys to HOI. I seen everything GMS had to show, especially Chicago. I just stuck with Chicago. And I just saw all of their shows. I felt like I know them by heart. I used to go to sleep with them on my phone. That's how I was with GMS.
Right.
You see, I didn't do that with the Bach or any other camp. You know, that's why I know a lot of the stuff that you guys are talking about from listening to Malcolm. Basically, he was like the main dude out there, and there was some Rough Riders that was kind of like going off a little bit. They were all on the same page. When he was talking about the having sex with young minors and all that, that was just beyond the point to me. It was just shouldn't even have been brought up, because that's the way it's going to be. The next will be something
I don't think that group, that the Rough Rider group you're talking about is in it. It's GMS Chicago. I think they got kicked out. But I mean, you wouldn't get names, so we don't know for sure. But I believe that's who that was. There's some offset.
Yeah, I mean, but you can't punch that in when you ISPC or whatever. Like I said, I don't even know those other camps. When they came up there, that's punched in, because when I was looking, I said, damn, they approached GMS, and I'm looking like, well, where's all the big rooms at in GMS? They wasn't there.
So GMS wasn't
I'm like,
there.
damn. So
GMS
I mean, I
wasn't
know
there.
if the OGs was from GMS was there, it wouldn't have went down like that. Now I know that. But they wasn't there. It seemed like they knew who was there. That main dude that was going on.
Let's get back to edification.
Okay, but when we get to this right here, I'm kind of like just want to hurry up and get to one thing. I knew a man in Yahushua 14 years ago, whether he was in the body or out of the body, I cannot tell. The Howard knows.
2 Corinthians 12, right?
Yeah, 2 Corinthians 12. Okay, who is that he knew?
He just told you. He didn't know. He couldn't remember. We don't know. But then he's basically telling the church of an experience that he had when he went back to the spirit world. Because if you remember, Paul got put to death. But then the Lord put his spirit back in his body and was teaching him. But during that period when he was away from his body, he said he once knew him now. Okay?
Well, 14 years ago. Yeah. Why was that number significant?
I don't know.
And that's why the first thing
I don't have that answer.
But we're not supposed to.
Who if I told y'all I had the answer?
Let me say this real quick. That's why the first thing I asked you when the camera came on, what does it have to do with salvation?
Yeah, why does that even matter?
That the number don't mean anything. It was probably just that on the time. Because is it gonna help save you?
The number 14 years ago?
Yeah. Is that
it depends on what he's talking about.
It would be given if it was important. We got everything we need to earn our salvation right here. It's just part of the story that was told to give fact. Just like
the number in there, so it got to be some kind of significance.
Just like the creation, right? Genesis 1, right? The creation of everything, right? Mm-hmm. Why is that in there?
Why the creation of everything in the Bible? Everybody would know how it came about.
No, because it don't give all the details of it, but it gives the general, and it confuses most people in it. The point of that is so we know who's telling who this book is by. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we know that the Most High, the Creator, is who got his inspiration from the book. Okay? But then everything else is what's important in the book. Particularly Yahweh Shai and how his life unfolds and plays dividends to everything about salvation in our life. But it gives facts and history on things as well. It gives facts and history about everything as well. And a lot of it is faith-based. Because didn't I tell you that earlier? It's not just by the law that we get in. Because we can't keep it perfectly. We're corrupted with it. Well, by faith we get it.
When you read that scripture, it tell you who knows. It say the Most High knoweth.
Yeah.
In that scripture, it says, I cannot tell you, or whether out of the body, I cannot tell.
You could not utter these words. Yeah.
I cannot tell, the Most High knoweth.
But what's significant is this guy? This guy's a significant guy. Apostle Paul is boasting of this guy. He's a significant person.
I got a free.
He's not just anybody, because Apostle Paul only goes to Christ. And this is obviously not Christ. So you gotta have some kind of
I got this Sirach 3 and 21. Seek not out the things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength. But what is commanded thee, think thereupon what is commanded thee, think thereupon with reverence.
The things that you are able to understand, handle the small and understand.
I'm trying to give y'all understand.
Break it down. Break it on down.
Yeah, break it down.
And come with some precepts too.
Come with some precepts.
Come with some precepts.
Yeah, come with some precepts.
We like it. If you got it, I want to know.
I want to learn something. If it's something that I don't know, I feel like I should know that.
First of all, okay, you said you were a man in Christ 14 years ago.
Hey, because many men were in Yahweh Shai, so what specific man was this?
Specific man, I'm going to tell you.
Okay, yeah.
I believe he was.
Oh, no.
We don't want to hear from you.
We don't want to hear what you believe. We want you to break down what exactly was according to the scripture.
First of all, I believe that's one of the 144,000 that he's talking.
Let me read this real quick and you ask a question. Isaiah 8:20. So the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. So that's why we say we got to bring our scriptures back up to
Who exactly was this man?
That was one of the 144,000 that was receiving instruction that can't be uttered at that time. Okay? Now, he said above 14 years ago. 14 years is short for 144,000. Okay? Now, let's go down.
Bro, get Ecclesiastes 5.
Yeah, because
this ridiculous.
I tie this into Ecclesiastes myself. The reincarnation.
Get Ecclesiastes 5.
Well, you don't even know who it is, and you gonna tell me no?
Because you ain't got no precept.
I'm gonna let it go.
How did you get 14
I'm gonna let it go. No, I'm gonna let it go. I know what the Spirit, what the Most High put in me.
Man, you heard, you believe the name is Christ, bro. You know what you're not heard, bro.
You're just uttering anything and you want us to.
I'm uttering anything.
Yeah, you just utter.
I'll utter from the Word. I didn't utter anything.
But you didn't name a scripture. What scripture was it?
I was reading the scripture.
What scripture was it?
Precept upon precept.
24,000. That Apostle Paul was talking about. Apostle Paul, he just said he himself didn't know. He don't even
I
remember.
even write it down anywhere else.
How could
He
know
remembers
who
the
he was
experience, but he couldn't
If the
tell you.
144,000 weren't even selected.
I got precept, bro. I got script.
How could he
Press
know?
up. I got pre. It's Isaiah 28 and 10. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line. Here a little and there a little. So what precept lines up with that?
Jump to 13.
And this 13. But the word of the Lord was unto them precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line. What's that? Here a little and there a little. What's that? Here a little and there a little, that they might go and fall backward and be broken and snared and taken.
And snared by the way this mystery is
So
unfolding.
you gotta connect another precept to that.
How many times did Apostle Paul visit the Corinthians?
Where's the precept?
Another question?
It's still based on the same
Same man that the man on the 14 years? I'm still thinking about the man with the 14 years?
Yeah, I'm still talking about the same
What website are you on? You read from some website that's telling you these things.
Bible, bro. This ain't no website.
So you're listening to
Of all the important
commentary?
things,
Where are you getting all this from?
I'm getting it from the Bible.
of all the important things in the Bible,
You wasting time on me. You wasting time.
way more important things in the Word about what is commanded of God. Therefore, keep it with reverence. That's why he read that. I know.
This 3 and 22. But what is commanded thee, think thereupon with reverence, for it is not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things that are in secret.
We don't need to know who. We don't need to know that.
Yeah, kind, because we don't even know if we have the elect. You know? No
Way
man
more.
knows.
Oh, but we should be focused on. Wait, no, let's say it. Be focused on it real quick.
Well, I'll tell you something.
23. Be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are showed unto thee than men understand.
There's way more that you can see and you can perform that you should be meditating and thinking about.
Well, no, because this is still a word. So all the word is intended for edification, knowledge of the Most
Yeah,
High.
when it's applied in the right context. Knowing who that man is not important.
How did you know?
I'm telling you why. Because I know. Just like somebody.
Don't you think he would have named this particular guy? Don't you think he would have named him if it was that important?
He would have been given the name.
Because he named everybody else that was in
He
Yahweh.
said he was saying words that cannot be uttered, then he said no, it's not. It wasn't to be uttered
So
at
why are
the
you
time.
trying to hear those names that can't be uttered?
Excuse me?
So why are you trying to hear something that can't be uttered?
I said it couldn't be uttered at the time.
If that was written for now.
First of all, what he was trying to say was the things that he actually heard in the spirit world. It was so extraordinary that he couldn't express.
That's what the scriptures say.
He couldn't express what he heard.
Right, that's why the scriptures say, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard.
Well, let me tell you, I got my understanding.
Get Proverbs 3 and 5. Proverbs 3 and 5.
It's Proverbs.
Hey, let me say this with you, Vice Captain. We're not trying to steer you wrong. We're not trying to steer you wrong.
I'm not saying
You're not trying to
I'm not
steer
saying
anybody
y'all
wrong.
wrong either. I mean, you asked
You're
me
not steering
to
us,
explain it
though.
to you, and I
There's a
did
reason
try
why
to
we're
explain
on
it to
this
you, and you
side,
guys
bro.
rejected it.
Sir,
So,
there's a reason why
I mean,
we're on
I
this
could just
side.
let it go from
You
this
can't
point.
humble to the
Just get it.
scriptures.
It's Proverbs 3 and 5. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding.
You said this is coming from your own understanding.
Well,
You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that.
the understanding of
You ain't got it, man. You ain't got it, man.
That's not the Holy Spirit.
got it.
That's a whole nother spirit.
How would you know?
Now you're black.
Come on.
How would you tell? So the Holy Spirit
told y'all
came.
last
The Holy
week.
Spirit came to you and told you.
I told y'all last week that I heard the Holy Spirit of the Most High rebuke a demon out of me.
Yeah, and you also told us he called upon a Greek god.
That's what I told you. That's exactly what he did.
He didn't do that. The Spirit of the Lord didn't.
Okay, now y'all
He
going
didn't
off.
do that.
I know where he did. I wouldn't come up here and try to lie about it.
The Most High did not speak to him.
Yes, he did.
That don't mean a demon didn't fly out of you or whatever.
There was a spirit that probably uttered something to you, but it wasn't the Most High. First of all, there was a lying spirit that came up that happened. There was an evil spirit, man. Because we broke it down. When you tried to come with that last week, we tried to tell you if it was the Most High, speaking to you, we told you that the language of the heavens is Hebrew.
Yeah.
If the Lord would have,
I accepted
if the
that.
Lord told you his name, he would have told you.
I didn't speak to no Hebrew at the time. So how
you
was
said-
he gonna speak to me in Hebrew where I could understand it in Hebrew?
That's not
He's gonna give me the understanding of Hebrew at the time.
What's funny is I just did a video on this. When we see that same Greek word that you heard, when we see that, our minds interpret the Hebrew word Yahweh Shai automatically. Because you didn't know the Hebrew in that name at the point, it gave you what you understood. If it was the Heavenly Father that spoke to you.
It was the Heavenly Father that spoke to me.
And guess what? We'll know how we know it's not. But now we present you the name Yahweh Shai that you heard before, and you say, no, I know what I heard.
That's right. He didn't
I'm
say
a hold to what I heard.
What I heard is Jesus Christ.
What you heard,
He could have said Yahweh Shai. What I heard in my ears.
You can't make the version of it being Yahweh Shai.
Jesus Christ is written all through the Bible.
That don't-
So how you guys gonna go against what's written in the Bible?
Was his name Jesus when he walked on
Wait,
earth?
wait,
Hey, bro, it's like,
Was the Bible written in English?
Do you keep Easter?
hey, bro, it's over. Drink,
Yeah, it
bro.
wasn't for him, man. He started up like a woman.
Burst at the seams.
Yeah, I just told him,
Like
man.
that bottle, right?
Yeah, old bottle, man.
You know, and really we went deep, trying to break it down to this dude, but really, see, that's why the scriptures say, give not which is holy unto the dog, neither catch your pearl before the swine. Now, even though we used him to bring edification to go into Melchizedek and Solomon, we went into the deep stuff. We knew he wasn't going to get it.
Last week,
I knew he wasn't going to get it. But we use his questions to edify those that watch.
Right.
In case you had the same questions. But it generally wasn't for him, man. He's an old bottle, man. All right, and he was very unstable. Nothing was rationalizing within his spirit. You know?
see when he started leaking.
Yeah, he was leaking out. He was leaking out heavy.
Speak over the word.
And then he was gonna try to basically, there's a little tactic that he just pulled, like, well, let me come up with a trivial question for them. So, and I'm gonna judge them by this. If they don't know this, then I got him. So basically, he was a damn demon the whole time. He tried to come up like he was humble and he followed GMS and all that. Nigga, you was a demon, man.
I told him, I said, first thing that threw up a red flag to me, you said I started. You know, Great Millstone is not where you start. You start with the mother camps. You finish with Great Millstone doctrine.
Yeah, that's right, man.
Understand that. This is for grown men maturing the spirit. Okay? You start with that little Israel. My brother broke it down with the dry bones. He's gonna let us go all the way into last week. Y'all going too far. No, at Great Millstone, we go all the way deep. So you get it. Right? But he said, just because you got sinews and skin and all of that, don't mean you got the breath of life. You can know you Israel, you can believe you to know this tribe, you can know that. But yeah, that's a nigga. Right?
Yeah.
But if you don't have the understanding of this word, man, you ain't got it. The spirit ain't dealing with you. You can throw on the fringes all day, man. We even slightly threw a little gut checker on him with the priest thing. Because they were priests that were faking. They were just doing the job of the priest. You know, they're just doing a job, but they wasn't living the life themselves. Come. Sirach chapter 5, verse verse 9. Winnow not with every wind, and go not into every way.
Because Jake saying, oh yeah, well I started off with GMS, then went to HOI. Hey, don't HOI still call on the name? Y'all about to see they call on the name, but even in that, Jake is jumping from this doctrine to another doctrine to saying the name is Jesus. He's everywhere, man. You know, he's everywhere. But hey, forever. What is it?
Ever learning, but
never coming into the knowledge of the truth, man. You know,
What was it for?
but that shows you, bro. Cause Jake wants it. Jake wants all the worldly credit too. Cause you say you know all these scriptures. Why aren't you teaching? You've been watching videos for
to go out.
you've been watching you've been watching videos for over 2+ years, or however many years you say, and you're not out there teaching. You know, but you're coming into the men of the Lord for questions to be answered, and then you try to bring out a question that the scriptures say you don't know the answer, because he didn't know the answer. Yeah, it said Paul didn't know the answer, but then you're still asking for the answer.
Yeah, one day giveaway was just kept on saying Jesus Christ.
If that's your foundation, you ain't gonna make it.
You was watching GMS for a year and you still saying Jesus Christ?
He doesn't have the foundation. You know, basically he's still of the world, but he's still trying to get the knowledge.
That's what I said. So you searching for the camp that's gonna let you keep your own life.
Yeah.
And then also with the knowledge, searching for one that's gonna let you don't have to sacrifice things in your own life to be in there, to get your salvation.
And Jake still believed on everything that was opposed to the truth. Because if you didn't, why are you still trying to defend it?
Yeah.
Right.
You know, he kept bringing up, well, what about this? I mean, I don't believe it, but no, you do believe it. Because if you wouldn't, you would have just stopped talking about it.
He got breakdowns from GMS, HOI, the internet, wherever he, you know, he's...
Hey, he gonna be one of those guys doing martial law where his friends is on too.
Yeah. They'll toss him right up in there.
Find him and be like, yep, you got him.
And
He gonna be with the men of the Lord now that.
And another indicator, first time Jake came up last week, you know, Jake is always throwing out that out there like it means something, man. First thing he said, oh yeah, I'm 55, you know, and I've been through this. We like, okay, so, you know.
Get the old bottle scripture.
Exactly right.
Somebody get that.
I'm sitting on the
Luke chapter 5 verse 36. And he spake also a parable unto them, no man putteth a piece of new garment upon an old. If otherwise, then both the new maketh a rent. And the piece that was taken out of the new agreed not with the old. Agreed. You know, you gotta be one mind, man. You know, one fabric.
Right.
Jake said cut from a different cloth.
Cut from a different cloth.
Yeah.
It's all gotta be pure, man. Like it's you know, you can't put if you leaven something, it's gonna mess it up.
Matthew 9, 17. 9.
It's also a law you can't mix wool and linen together.
Exactly.
Verse 37. And no man put new wine into old bottles, else the new wine will burst the bottles and be spilled, and the bottles shall perish.
And when he began to speak over the brother Reed, he was done, man. He had already been birthed right there. Boom, done.
But new wine must be put in new bottles, and both are preserved.
Hey, that don't mean we gotta go back and teach their baby. I mean, you gotta humble as a newborn child. You gotta make your body, you gotta pour out all that old stuff and rebuild yourself up as a newborn baby, man. You know, as a new bottle that can hold it, like, and that's what humility. Humility alone will get you to that infancy stage. You know, now there's older men that have done it.
Somebody gets a right 21 and 14.
Let Jake just go on and try to break that down, knowing that it wasn't going to be broken down. What conclusion would have came to if he said a name? Was he going to try to then say, oh yeah, that's me or something?
Amen.
And he tried to say the Holy Spirit gave it to him.
Yeah.
You don't even. you ain't got.
But bro, his true colors really came out at the end when he started talking about the Bible. And what does he say? Was it written in
Jesus is all over the Bible.
all over the Bible? So the Bible's wrong. Like,
so why are you listening?
So
go back to the Christian church.
Anytime anybody asks about it's because it say that in the Bible.
Yeah, I'm like,
ask them about Easter.
man.
You call yourself a Hebrew Israelite, ask them about Easter. Keep Easter and say Easter right there. Keep Easter.
It was simple.
Yeah.
It was simple. Yeah, he was actually a little childish. It's like a kid, you know, when they
when he's getting the answer, you don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Now you don't want to move on.
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 21, 14. The inner parts of a fool are like a broken vessel, and he will hold no knowledge as long as he liveth.
Yeah, he's like a broken vessel. You know, when you try to pour you some wine, and your cup is just spilling all over the place. You go to use the bathroom and come back, ain't nothing up in there. You know? And that was Jake, because everything he was here last week. We went into certain things, and he claimed that he actually believed, he was convinced by what we taught him. But really, he didn't have no foundation, because now he's coming back and he's asking some of the similar questions. You're like, bro, didn't we just touch on this last week?
If you would have learned last week, you have better questions. But you wasn't sealed with it, with what the answers you got from last week to grow thereby from there. You're still stuck on the low level stuff.
And then he said he was still confused when we was going into tying in Melchizedek and Yahushua and Solomon. When we went into all that, it was too high for him.
Absolutely, I didn't really want to go that deep into it. What? That's what this is. That's what I tell you, man. You have great millstone. You know that, right? This is what we do. If you want to hear somebody that's gonna say something nice, let you come by, hang out for 10 minutes and leave. Ask them a quick question, they give you a quick answer when you run up the block. That's why they believe the ills of the doctrine of Cornelius and whatever else.
Jake wanted to just hear about the kingdom and how we gonna be, you know. They don't want to hear the bitter.
And they don't want the responsibility of the bitter that comes with this, man. It comes with labor. You gotta, in your patience possess ye your souls, right? You didn't want to be patient to get the answer. It's like a kid that's supposed to learn how to do geometry, but ain't did addition yet. Like, I don't know how to do that part. Well, you never gonna get the geometry of this, man. You can't deal with it.
They always say wisdom comes by leisure. Yeah. What is leisure? You know? Jake don't want to. Apparently he got time because he claimed he watched, and that's the thing. He's one of those dudes who just sit behind a computer and just watch videos only. He doesn't go into the research. He doesn't go and do the studies, man. He just wants to just get spoon-fed everything without actually going into the search himself. And then when he do try to go into something, he goes into unnecessary shit that have nothing to do with the doctrine. You know? And I think he did that just to try to one-up us, you know? So he can get some type of respect, you know, because he doesn't want us to look at him like he's a babe. Which you're supposed to come in. You're supposed to be a babe when you come in. You're supposed to acknowledge that, even though I don't care how old I am. When it comes to this, man, I need growth. I need time to build, man. I need to get this understanding. I don't have all the understanding, and that's why I came out here for you, Jake. They're too proud for that, man. Too proud.
The older Jake's, it's like the worst, man. It's hard to break all that old spirit out of him.
Right. Hey, finish this real quick in Sirach. We was in Sirach 21. I want you to read the next verse 2. Read 14 again and then read verse 15. Sirach 21.
Verse 14. The inner parts of a fool are like a broken vessel, and he will hold no knowledge as long as he liveth.
Yeah, he wasn't obtaining it. It wasn't sticking with it.
Registering.
It wasn't registering, man. Just read the next verse.
Okay. If a skillful man hear a wise word, you will command it and add unto it.
He would understand it, it would click. And then his understanding would grow from there.
Matter of fact, you know what? You could read down to Go ahead, brother. Right.
But as soon as one of no understanding hear it displeases him.
Hey, he was getting frustrated, man. He was getting upset that,
Y'all
you know
didn't
what?
ask my question.
You know?
He did answer your question.
We answered you thoroughly.
questions. Yeah.
See, if you had the spirit, it would have been easily understood. There would have been no question about it, and you would have even added to it. Like the scripture just said, you'd be like, you know what? And to add to that, you know, and then you would come with another precept.
And say this, that makes sense.
Yeah, man.
You would have known that.
I felt he was trying to come up here like to stump us or something
that's
with
what he did.
his spirit. Yeah.
That was his ulterior motive. When he should come to act like he was with us. You know, these jakes are wicked as hell, man. And you see why the Most High is going to get rid of them, man. Thursday. Okay? So now he got his excuse to say FGMS, and now he can go and watch HOI and watch, you know, how them dudes are off, man. Okay, they carnal as hell, man. He gonna get the idea it's okay to strap up and have guns and be a carnal nigga, all right? And that's gonna be his downfall, man. You know?
He's not watching videos.
Go ahead.
And he casted it behind his back.
And he what?
He casted it behind his back.
He just gonna say, the hell with it, man. You know? So he probably gonna say, you know what, I don't even believe the GMS world. And that's how fickle Jake is too, man. Hey, you just mentioned, hey, blessed is the man who is not offended in me. That dude, he's offended. Hey, but you know what? Yahweh Shah already spoke that, you know? Okay? Basically, was that Matthew 13? You know, so as one that have no understanding.
That was the nigga with the conversation with the nigga.
Then when the nigga came up. Like, that dude, he kind of had a point. He kind of right. That nigga said, against the disciples, Islam,
Bloods and
Crips, we all are you know? These niggas are crazy.
He said we all black. We all got to see my jacket. Look how black my jacket is. We fuck out of here, man.
Bugged out, man.
No. Lost.
Yeah, man. And Satan will come in and take away what you're sowing in your heart. You know, because the Most High, he resists the proud and giveth grace to the humble. Dude wasn't humble, man. You know? Don't watch the videos for years and then think that you can come out and just start just dealing with us like that clown just did, man.
Humility is the number one thing you need is humility. You show up with humility, everything works smoothly. Just figuring out how to wash it out.
He gave the sacrifice of a fool, man. He was just uttering whatever, man. Like, what significance did that have about the 14 years?
That's really talking
that
about
had nothing. He pulled that out of his ass. There was no precept to back that up. With the 144,000.
They got to write the other four in there.
Hey, that was.
What they doing?
When he said that, man, I was like, yeah, it's
Hey, what if it would have said 12, nigga?
That's 12 times 12, bro. 144 still. Hey.
That was terrible.
That's why the apostles told us not to deal with numerology like that. Because Jake will get caught up in the numbers and miss the point.
Yeah.
The point of this is about salvation. We're begging to be saved from something. Okay? And to prove that we want to earn it, we study, we go out, teach, sacrifice, everything we got to do that the scripture tells us to do to earn that. Man.
And it's funny, like, why are you trying? He's trying to learn all these breakdowns for himself, but yet he have every excuse in the world not to go out and teach.
Yeah.
We're going to get all the deepness of the GMS. Then I can still be my own camp.
Because you know that's dangerous, right? When you try to, you want all this wisdom from the scriptures, but you're not going to do nothing with it. What do the scriptures say about that? When you quit,
Oh yeah, what's wisdom? What's belief?
No. What I'm talking about when the Lord said, no. Basically high wisdom.
Oh yeah, talents.
What you gonna do with all that? Who got the stamina to sit up here and teach all day, every day? We're not built like that on this side. Those men in the exit world, they had it like that. They had the spirit stronger like that. They had the conditions were better. So it would take that for you to come out by yourself. You the main speaker. You the camera sign holder. You the cameraman. And two-man can't be hard, let alone by yourself. You're an older man. I don't want to hear that. Because he said he wasn't going last week. He said, I ain't going out with my teeth and, my sight is all messed up. Same thing. And you need to be a helper some other way. Help somebody. We're not telling you to do nothing for us. We're saying help. Do that. What you saying?
Was that Surah 41? When you can finish this one.
Verse 16, the talking of a fool is like a burden in the way. But grace shall be found in the lips of the wise. They inquire at the mouth of the wise men in the congregation, and they shall ponder his words in their heart.
And to meditate.
Yeah.
You gotta meditate so it's always refreshed in your mind. So that this wisdom could be dwell in you. Okay? That's why you have times when the apostles they go into certain breakdowns that they ain't went into in a while, and they bring it up to refresh it on memory so we can keep that wisdom within us. You don't just get this knowledge and then be like, all right, on to the next. I heard it once, that's all I needed. Now let me get that. Now let me get some of that. Oh man.
Hey, the scriptures is written like that. There's certain things that's mentioned in this one part, this time period. It's mentioned again in this time period. It's mentioned in the old time. It's mentioned in the future. All the that you're always being refreshed with that.
Most eyes about repetition.
It's the repetition of it. Constantly doing it over and over and over.
Second Ezra chapter 8, verse 22. Whose service is conversing in wind and fire, whose word is true and sayings constant.
Sayings constant.
Whose commandment is strong and ordinance fearful. But the judges, rehearsing the righteous acts.
Hey, because we go into things that sometimes we'll even forget and we'll go back into it, man. Jake wanted once, he like just break it down to me easy for me to understand and let me get it right now and then I'm gonna move on. That's not how this thing works, man. It gotta be drawn into you, man. Or else it's gonna what? It's gonna leak out, it's gonna burst, man. Jake's mentality is all screwed up here in Babylon. They got that microwave mentality.
We was cooking a beautiful dinners. We was laying the food out, man. We was laying it out, man. Like, look, if you smell that, look. This is on the menu. We got Adam, we got Yahweh Shai, we got the Transfiguration, and we're gonna answer no question at all. We're gonna get full off of this. Like, nah, I don't want to eat all that. I just want to get a little piece of meat over there. Matter of fact, it ain't even fully done. I'm good. Too much going, bro.
Verse 18, as is a house that is destroyed, so is wisdom to a fool. And the knowledge of the unwise is as talk without sense.
Yeah, he wasn't making no sense, man. And the scriptures say even a fool, when he holds his mouth, is considered wise. You don't speak on things that you really don't know. And you try to bring stuff out that you really don't have understanding of, just to try to appear deep.
I do know
or self-important. Oh, I know something that y'all don't know. That's some childish ass shit, man. Look, I know how to do a cartwheel. That's a fucking child, man.
And that's a good analogy. Cartwheel. So, stood up like this, like it's not even special. Figure out that question. Just because you found something that Paul didn't know in the scriptures, and you don't see if we knew it.
The Spirit didn't reveal it to Paul, but it revealed it to him.
Right. Or us. Or our apostles.
But you can't come out here and teach because your teeth is messed up.
Your sight.
And your eyesight. Come
out here with the sword.
Come on. Yeah, no Bible in your hand. You know. Both sides gonna deal with
it. You don't even know that a physical Bible is more powerful than the cell phone or whatever. This is a real sword, man. You really can wield this thing, man. Like, this is different. Anybody can Google, but this right here, man, this is a different power, a different energy. How many times the brothers thought of something, or they had a precept, and you'll just open it up and it'll fall right on. Or it'll fall on the precept to what you want. Something close to it. Yeah. Can't do that on a cell phone. I got it.
That was it, right?
I got one right here. Joshua 1 and 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. Now try to figure out how not to do what's written therein. You're supposed to keep it in your mouth. Once you find that perfect doctrine, you're supposed to keep it in your mouth, push it out. You can't be like, nah, I don't want it. You was just gonna hold it and not tell nobody because you ain't got it. You ain't going out. You still fishing. Once you find a perfect camp for you, or a perfect doctrine for you, then what? You still gonna be by yourself in camp? Still gonna be, I still ain't got no camp. And you know camp Israelites even like y'all see it worse.
That'll work.
Y'all make excuses to not have responsibility to present yourself as a living sacrifice. But the moment you go out by yourself, you know it's gonna come. Same thing we all know. The same reason why we were set up as camps through the Spirit. So you're not caught out there by yourself. Brothers that go through that, the beautiful part is when you see fruit coming in, brothers, man. That's something beautiful, and it's meant for those men to go through that. Okay? But when the fruit comes, which if you're sincere, the fruit comes. If you're on that far, I don't know, I got HOI doctrine, I got this doctrine, I got a bunch of great millstones. People come to great millstone because you know you're going to get answers. When you want to get fed, you really ready to eat, you come to great millstone. Then when you like, that part was kind of bitter, let me go and sip a little of this IUIC juice or whoever the hell else you may watch. Okay? Then for then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then shalt thou have good success if you keep this always within you. Alright? But the point was, the words should always be ready to flow out your mouth. Okay, it should always be in your mouth, ready to flow out. Okay?
This is Sirach 38 and 24. The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure, and he have little business shall become wise.
Yep. Yep.
And Jake, you know, they try to force it. They think that they're gonna get a lot within a short bit of time.
They gonna sound bite.
You know? Jake want that. Jake want that. Jake gotta be careful.
Nobody driving Texas.
Maybe you still flying that shit.
Yeah. Jake almost hit someone when he was coming up to the thing.
Oh man.
Hey man.
Yeah, man. That was pretty much the precept that I had. You know, basically, you can't be lazy, man. You gotta actually do your thorough research, man, and search the scriptures out, and ask the Lord for the Holy Spirit to guide you to the understanding. Okay? Or else you're gonna be wavering. The winds are gonna be carrying. You're gonna be pushing you around like an empty Cheeto bag, man. You're gonna be all over the place. You can't stick with one thing. You can't be steadfast and solid on one foundation. Anything can basically move you, man. You know, Jake be having those itchy ears. They like to gravitate to whatever sounds according to their emotions, how they feel. If this ain't what I feel is right, then I don't receive it.
You kept yourself saying, I can see that. You kept yourself saying that about things that ain't in this.
He kept saying, well, I believe. And it ain't about what you believe, it's about what the scriptures say. It's about what is. What you believe comes from your heart, and your heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked.
That's right.
We don't deal with opinions on people's personal judgments. And we're not going to give you our opinion. That's why, I was able to admit, the man that he saw in the spirit well, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I wasn't in his dream to see it. You know, I'm not the Most High. I'm not the angel. Okay, I couldn't tell you that because that's way above my pay grade, so to speak.
Yeah, we may not get that in the kingdom.
Yeah, why does it matter? Apostle Paul, he didn't address that. He was just trying to give a message to the church. Why are you focusing on something that true? You know? And Apostle Paul in that particular chapter, he was actually humbling himself to the church. He didn't want them to think that, don't think because I'm Apostle Paul and I'm thrown in the wisdom and I have the spirit, don't think of me highly above what I am. You know? You got to keep a humble mentality, a lowly mentality, and that's the spirit of Apostle Barney's with us. You know, we're just earthen vessels that hold this treasure, man. This knowledge. You know, but we can't boast above our measure, man, because this is not of us. And I think he was starting to get offended that we was able to break down a lot of deep things that he couldn't understand. But we didn't get this on our own.
All that deep. I said, you asked a deep question.
Right. Obviously, you wanted that for yourself. But see, that's how Jake is. Well, I feel like I should receive what y'all got. You know? Well, if you could humble down like a child, you would be able to get it. You'd be able to receive it and grow. And then you'll know it too. And it'll be easy to you.
What I told him back then, I said, hey man, we're not out here to stay long. But you're talking about a group that's willing to stand up and give 30 minutes of their camp. We could be going to edify something else.
Right.
Prophecy and whatever else going on in the world, right? Things that are more important to salvation, people that haven't heard the word that may want to hear it. We're going to go this deep for you, so you get it, and you can be like, nah, you're going too deep. I don't want to spend all this time on this. I had other questions. But you're going to choose a group wouldn't you want somebody that's going to go cook stuff up from scratch? That's going to go all the way to the bare bones of everything for you to make sure you get it? Versus somebody that just want to, hey man, how shot is it? Tell you the answer.
Answer with no, like show you work.
They want the calculator.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna show you why that's what it is, and where we found it here that adds up to that. I got something.
If somebody can get a Proverbs 9.
James chapter 1, 1 and 3. It says, James 1 and 3, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. And his faith wasn't negative, bro. He didn't have it. His faith was low. Real low. Because he couldn't humble down. Hey, humbling down is part of your faith, man. You know what? I'm going to humble down to this doctrine, to these men, because I believe that they're going to build me up in the spirit now by shot. And we have to be humble to say, yeah, we have to deliver it. As childish as these questions are, we have to answer these questions that the faith may be on the line with.
If you notice, a lot of people that lack patience, a lot of people that are not patient, they also have a low attention span.
That's it.
Because even some of the times when we was going into things, you could tell he was just wandering. I could tell he just it's not getting through.
Or he was ready to get to that next question.
So yeah.
Once he realized he
You want you to hurry up, give it to me so I can get to the. No, man, that's not how this thing works, man. If you would have come to Yahweh shot like that, he would have sent you on your way, man. He would have sent you on your way. Matter of fact, he would have just spoke to a parable to your ass, man. He would just left you like that, just scratching your head and shit.
That's cool. When you look at some of the parables he dropped, some of them he answered the question in the parable. Some of them he just called you out with a parable.
Yeah. You probably would have condemned you with a parable.
Condemned you with a parable. You know? Says, knowing this.
Jakes like that, and they're not worthy of this wisdom, man. That's why the Lord don't give it to them.
And brothers like they've been talking about the whole time, like, no, stay to the backboard, still the cookies low. Nothing you can do is you can't touch the ball. Put the uniform on all you want. You're touching the ball, you will not score no points. Not in this arena. Okay? It says, knowing this, that the trial of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. The perfect version of you, the perfect amount of faith that was given unto you, the perfect amount of brotherhood that's given unto you. You know what I'm saying? If you have it for yourself, the best way the Most High can give it to you. You're not trying to know it to do nothing with it, just so you can fix your role. The hand ain't gonna try to be the foot. I know, let me just walk around on handstands all day. No, you gotta hold shit. You have your own office. Point right here, I'm going to nothing. Right? Says, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of the Most High. And he spoke to you last time, man. Ask him again. Ask him to give you that answer who that 14-year-old man was. We can come up with opinions about it, but what good is that going to do? How much is that really edifying knowing who that is? If it would have been edifying, it would have been given to Paul to answer that. Anyway, it says, let him ask of the Most High that giveth to all men liberally and upbraideth not.
Yep.
And it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith. Humility, faith and humility go hand in hand, man.
Exactly.
They go hand in hand. Right? Nothing wavering. Well, they didn't give me the answer I wanted, so I'm going to go ask them over there. I believe that they know, but they just ain't give it to me, so I'm going to go ask somebody else, and I believe what they say. Right? For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. You look like going up the block. One side threw some doctrine at you that you couldn't hold, you got mad, we laughed at you, and you stormed up the block.
That was
Oh, you look like a woman, bro.
Especially the way he threw up his hands.
Yeah, that was the one.
I was like, oh shit.
That was the one. Nah, I'm doing this. Time and shit.
Oh, man. That's your, hey, that was the final impression, man. Yeah. So really, hey, don't come back to the camp, man. Don't ever come back to the camp.
And when you said that, you said, nah, you don't have it. You can't just come back to where you want. And you cleaned it up for him, but I knew what you meant. Like, we ain't gonna deal with you. Keep coming back like that.
Yeah, ain't no coming back.
Nah, man, why you here, man? You don't got more dumbass questions? Yeah, some dumb questions. I want to cut him off. Yeah, I'm long suffering. I want to cut him off 15 minutes before he left. That was it, man.
Get that and then Proverbs 9:7.
This is Proverbs 9:7. He that reproveth a scorner getteth to himself shame. And he that rebuketh a wicked man getteth himself a blot. Reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee.
Hey, and we tried to correct him. And he showed his true spirit, his true feelings when he walked up the street, you know. And I was bitch made. I ain't gonna lie.
It sounded like a woman, like, nah, come back, man, come back. I ain't gonna beg you to come back.
That wasn't manly at all.
I only wanted you to slow down. I wanted you to leave, but just to so we can tell you something else. Give you your judgment.
Rebuke a watchman, and he will love thee. Give instruction to a watchman, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning.
He will increase in learning. Okay? He'll commend it and he'll add to it. Okay? But a man that's not of understanding, it's going to displease him and he's just going to put it behind his back. You know? Become unfruitful. You know? That's why you gotta be humble to get this thing, man. You know, the Lord said he revealed his secrets unto babes, man. Okay? That was it on that, Lord. I think you had a precept.
James chapter 5, verse 10. Take my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in the name of the Lord, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. Behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy.
Yeah, going into what the patience that Job had to suffer. That's what the word patience means. It means to suffer. He called a lot of calamities from Satan, which the Most High allowed Satan to afflict him. But he still kept his integrity. And you know what? Job, it made him wiser and it made him stronger. Okay? It made him stronger, man. You know? And that was Job's glory, man. He gloried in this tribulation. His tribulations, man. You know? But shit, what the hell was he going through?
His teeth. That was the end all be all, my teeth. I can't do that. I don't want salvation because my teeth are messed up. I don't want to earn my salvation. It's like saying I don't want to work because I only have one hand. So I'm going to work with this one hand. I'm going to work it.
That's right.
Nah, that's not even that. It's like saying you got both hands, you're just missing a finger.
You can talk?
Yeah, that's good, man. I don't know if y'all had it.
Yeah, we never got to bring that
We
up.
never got it. Yeah, you on it right now.
It's Ecclesiastes 5 at the top. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai, and be more ready to hear.
And that was the problem. He was ready to tell what he thought he knew. Once he thought we didn't know. I don't know. We should have known about that whole Melchizedek thing anyway. We should know about that already. But if you think about it, we hadn't really, nobody like most on us went into it like in depth lately. We didn't meant to, but nobody really went into it real deep. Well, we go into it, and guess what? Oh, that's too much. So it's what we were supposed to stop and go back into reincarnation. We skipped that profile. We're supposed to go into reincarnation when we break that down. Second Ezra and all of those chapters, First Corinthians, and also what's the other one in 15? And then the one in Ecclesiastes. What's going on all of those? You couldn't handle the answer.
What was it at?
Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Most High, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools.
Yeah, the sacrifice of the fool, man. Because the Lord, you know, his like it says, if 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I am in the midst.
Yep.
So if the presence of the Lord is here, you better believe everything that you're saying. If it's a wicked, evil sacrifice, you know, the Most High is he's gonna record that, man. You know, you should actually be more fearful to just come off the top and just bring out some outlandish BS. You know, if it ain't if you come up here to speak that which is not according to sound doctrine at the house of the Lord, man, you putting a curse on yourself, man. That dude was putting a curse on himself with that bullshit, man.
Because to come up with that question, you must be reaching for something for the wrong reason. That's why the first thing I asked when I established is this question, you know what I'm saying, that this question about your salvation, well, yeah. Okay, you were shaky, but okay, we'll answer it. The next one had nothing to do with salvation. And where it did, you wasn't interested at that point.
Yet against sacrifice of bulls, for they consider not that they do evil. Be not rash with thy mouth.
But he didn't think about what he was doing was evil. You brothers come up, man. We'll answer all your good questions. But put some thought into these questions, man. Don't just come up here wasting the time of the minute of the Lord. Come out here for a real purpose, man, because you want to earn your salvation. And you have questions and you're trying to figure out how you can earn your salvation. That's what we're here to answer. What you need to know to earn your salvation.
Be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before the Most High.
And hasty. Quick to just spit out stuff. Well, the brother start reading, you don't automatically stop talking. You're tripping.
Yeah, the scriptures say a fool uttereth all his mind, man. You know, somebody they got that
no black on their mouth and everything come out.
Yeah, man. That's why it says in James, the mouth is a
deadly member.
It's a deadly. It can get you killed, man.
It says, life and death is in the tongue.
The tongue is a little member, but the whole life, the power, life, and death.
Because now you're lying on the Holy Spirit. You're saying that the Holy Spirit is making you believe something that's not backed by the Spirit.
Right.
You know, this guy was treading dangerous waters, man.
Yeah.
You know, and then saying that going back to that dream that he had, hey, that's dangerous as hell, man. To say that I heard what I heard. God said Jesus Christ. Bro, you're not gonna find
English when he said that.
Yeah, the Most High is not gonna utter no other deity to you, man.
He's a jealous guy. Why would he, knowing that if he know and see all things, why would he utter the words of another deity that's against him?
For the Most High is in heaven, and thou upon earth.
And the Most High is upon heaven, and you on earth. Stop trying to think you need that type of wisdom that you got.
Therefore let thy words be few.
Well, good questions that keep the edification coming up. That's it. Cut us off before they answer the question before he answers.
That's why the Most High, he's just gonna clean. He's gonna do real cleansing. 2/3 of Israel. Okay, the Most High is gonna deal with them, man, because they not right, man. That's that was
You see him eating my bug out.
Where them little ass shit? Hurts everybody.
I said you hold on to something.
Galatians chapter 1, verse 8 and 9. But though we or any angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed.
Hey, because going back to when he was up here and he was trying to defend for all Israel to come together, Apostle, this same man that just said that, that's why I asked him, do you think Apostle Paul would have had church members go and deal with other guys who was teaching different gospels than what he was teaching? No. The Apostle Paul, that same man said, if any man come to you and preach another gospel, let him be accursed, man. Okay? That's extreme.
And at the beginning of his letters, he always said, I sent Timotheus, I sent this man. I come from you because through the Spirit, he always told where he was coming from. His perspective through the Spirit. You can trust Timotheus because, hey, he's like my own son. I taught him hand to mouth like I'm going to taught my own son. You know? You can trust these men this way because he got the doctrine. He believes in the Lord that we all believe in also. Take him in my stead and, you know, so on and so forth. But you coming with some sideways shit. And that's why we can't gather up with these other things. I don't care if it was one little thing that was wrong. If it's one thing wrong, where we are. Okay? You shouldn't want it either.
Fine, Jake be feeling some type of way when they see him, Masharah, and summons. They feel some type. That you ain't supposed to be doing because everybody there don't even agree on the same doctrines, man. You have a man up there that he end up speaking on the chip. Next dude that come up, he talking about, oh, it's not that, it's an embargo.
Man, I'm on the whole time.
Because what is it? It's just a bunch of confusion. Hey, the Lord is only wants 144,000 and the 1/3. That's it. You know? Everybody ain't about to come together. He's gonna kill 2/3 of our people.
That number is huge.
That number is real huge, bro. That's millions, tens to hundreds of thousands of millions.
They don't realize how many
Israelites.
people that is, man. Out of a million people, that's 666,000.
Yeah. Out of a million.
Out of a million. And this and Jake is the sand of the sea.
Bro.
I got one more. 2 John 1:10. If there come any unto you and bring not this doctrine, receive him not into your house, neither bid him Godspeed. For he that biddeth him Godspeed is a partaker of his evil deeds.
Yeah. So hey, you was coming with another doctrine. So hey, like I said, don't come back to the camp, man. We're not gonna bid you Godspeed. We're not gonna shalom you or none of that, man. And I go any camp that's coming here trying to subvert us to try to get us to, you know, vouch for their bullshit according to what they believe. We ain't got no deals with you, man. We have the 100% true doctrine here, man. And we gonna stand strong on that, man.
That's right.
I'm gonna tell y'all something that didn't show up on camera. And it was so funny, and I saw it happen. And I was aware of it when I did it. I'm like, all right, shalom, bro. It's kind of like peace, you know, whatever. The brother turned his back. I'm not doing it. I can't. This nigga ain't right.
Who did that?
Girls up, turn his back.
Oh.
I can't. I ain't telling her. I can't. Godspeed. I was hoping that you humbled down and you figure it out. You know? But you didn't.
Yeah, bro. And don't get us wrong, like if another Israelite group, even though we don't see eye to eye, if they come by and they give us a sincere shalom, we'll say shalom back, man. It ain't like that, man. But we damn sure not going to be teaching together. We're not going to hold no unity camp. We're not going to join our camp. We're not going to come to your camp. You know, none of that's going to go down, man. We're not going to be at no cookout together. Okay. Because we're building on different foundations, man.
Do we care what happens, y'all? Yeah, we do. We don't want to see Esau roll on y'all. We want y'all to have the opportunity to come all the way into the whole doctrine. You know, wake up to it. And if you don't, then hey, whatever. But you know, we want the best for you. You are teaching Israel, right? But if you can't get this doctrine, man, to come down to that,
And it's, hey,
we got to part. We got to go separate ways. I can't. I'm not going to wait around to get caught up in a martial law. You trying to break down what you think Cornelius really was.
It's Romans 16 and 17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them.
Yep. And he had, and Apostle Paul, he had to address this many times because you always got some niggas that'll, they might have heard somebody else say something. They heard a doctrine from somebody else, and when Jake they get curious and they start window shopping, and the next thing you know, they get to bickering among themselves, and the next thing you know, the doctrine is starting to spread through the church.
Yeah.
And the church, you didn't learn that from the head. You didn't learn that from Apostle Paul. You didn't learn that from Timothy. You didn't learn that from Titus, man. You didn't learn that from Silas. But that's why he had to basically nip shit in the bud, because if he didn't, these false doctrines would enter in and mess things up, man. That's why it says leaven.
Little leaven.
Little leaven, leaveneth the whole lump, man. You had men in the church that was bringing heresies, teaching doctrines of devils. One of those doctrines was
there was a cake pan on top of the earth.
Flat earth, all that crap, man.
Awesome.
Back then, they were trying to teach that the resurrection had already happened. And it was overthrowing the faith of those who had a shaky foundation, man.
Yeah. Then you had the Sadducees, or was it the Pharisees? One was teaching that the resurrection didn't exist or didn't happen.
Yeah, the Sadducees didn't believe in the resurrection, neither did they believe in angels.
Yeah.
But the Pharisees believed the resurrection in angels. So that's why he had to stress it to the churches, like, hey, man, like Elder Apostle Tar, he'd be like, hey, you know what? If you on a level, you can watch all these dudes. But if you not, if your faith, you ain't really built up on a level, you can't really watch them. But if you do, hey,
it's on you. Yeah.
That's on you if you want to watch that stuff.
Hey, there's so many videos out there. Like, if you're not built up enough to go into another video, like I'm gonna use you as an example if you don't mind. This brother will watch a video of another camp fishing. What are they fishing for? A lesson to do on what they go off on. But if you're not built up to that level, you shouldn't be worried about edifying this, but you should be trying to get yourself edified on these topics by sticking to the doctrine that you already involved in. Sticking to what you need to learn.
And he was a heavy enforcer of doctrine. And Apostle Paul was really adamant about doctrine. It was very important for him to keep mentioning it to the different churches. Get 1 Timothy 4:16. I think it's it might be 2 Timothy 3.
I got 1 Timothy 4:16. I want to say this real quick. How many times does Paul have to walk around to the same place more than once to make sure that when he showed up, the doctrine was the same? Everybody was all in the same mind, doing the right things, saying and speaking the right doctrine, just to make sure.
Get 1 Timothy 4.
1 Timothy 4:16. Matter of fact,
14. You can start 13.
Let me start up at 11, Bible for sure. No. 12. Let's go on my ass. Let no man despise thy youth. We're talking about your age, right? But be thou an example of the believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity. We humbly taught this dude, man, like everything we knew on the topic. We're going all the way through. It says, till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. Neglect not the gift that is in thee, this word, that breath of life, right? Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which is given by the prophecy, which with the line on the hands of the presbytery, meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all. P-R-O-F-I-T. Profiting, that you're doing good. Anyway, may appear to all. Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them, for in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee.
That's right, man. So doctrine was important because Apostle Paul was taught directly from Yahweh Shai. So whatever Yahweh Shai taught, he taught, and he wasn't going to go outside of that. So whatever he taught, they were supposed to stick with that. If they went outside of that, then now you're going against Yahweh Shai. That's why going back to 2 John, if they teach not according to this doctrine, right? You know?
Hey, Paul, man, he knew the power of Yahweh Shai, man. Because he got blinded for 3 days.
Yeah.
That's what. Hey, when that fear is brought upon you, man, you don't want to stray, man.
Yeah.
You know, from the Most High and the Son.
That's Jake's problem. Jake not scared to like people.
Yeah, Jake not scared.
Jake not scared enough, man. You don't, man. To me, when I hear Jake moving without fear, they don't understand the power of Yahweh Shai. They must not believe that we're gonna go through the day of the Lord. But that there ain't a possibility that they can taste these missiles. That's besides starvation and animals eating you apart and apparitions and so on and so forth. Martial law troops putting your head under the guillotine and wondering like, oh shit. You know? Guillotine is the easy way out. Tell you the truth.
Quick death.
Yeah, quick death. There's a lot of painful ways that the Most High has to kill men. Trust me, you don't want to deal with none of those. That's why we're out.
Get that from. Matter of fact, start at
2 Timothy.
Yeah, 2 Timothy 3. Start at 7.
This is 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 7. Ever learning and never able. Ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. Yeah.
Keep reading down. You don't have to skip. Just read all the way down.
Now as Jannes and Jambres withstood Moses, so do these also resist the truth.
So do they also resist the truth. But just like how, those Magi's are trying to go up against Moses, by the order of the Egyptians, it was like they was battling, like they was trying to, contend, with the power, man. No, our power is the power. But they power got swallowed up by the Most High power, man. But it was the same struggle in the church where you had these men who were so convinced that they had the truth, like, oh no, but the Spirit revealed to me this, and it just doesn't match up what you say, Paul. So, we just gonna go our own way, and it basically talks about how you're gonna have wolves that's gonna enter in among the flock that try to heap disciples unto themselves, man. Those clowns, they were basically your modern day Nazariahs, the niggas that left the church, that left Great Millstone, and they're basically bucking up against the doctrine, man. No different, man. Opposition of the truth. And coming against the doctrine that you originally learned,
And I wanted to say this, and I had the brother read it earlier in Isaiah, the 28th chapter, the 13th verse. We are edifying precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line. So a lot of you guys are blown off by that. It sifts you out. It's too much for you. That's why those guys that get sifted out by precept upon precept, those are the guys that don't know precepts, that don't know to break that.
Yep.
That heard somebody tell them, and now they got questions. Just like this guy, now he got a question about show me how about Melchizedek. Because you don't know the precepts. You can Google or blue letter the word Melchizedek and have all the answers right there.
Man of corrupt minds, reprobate concerning the faith.
Reprobate platinum, man. The scriptures called it reprobate silver, but Jake is just top fucking reprobate, man. You know?
Something I pay for this shit. I'm gone.
But they shall proceed no further, for their folly shall be manifest unto all men.
Basically, an example is going to be made out of those men. You know, like Apostle Tahar, like he say, like, watch this. But that guy, he's going to fall out. And when he do, watch what happens. He ain't going to be out there no more. He going to go out there for 6 months or, you know, however long, if he have that. And then you ain't going to see him no more. And most of the time, he's right. You don't see them niggas.
Point.
Look at Nazariah. He ain't out there on the highways and byways no more.
Bro, I heard an old video of Apostle Tahar, and he's like, yeah, that guy Comfy, he's out of here. And this is like an old video, like 2011, 12. And that was right around the time that Comfy was yeah. I'm like, woo.
Yeah, man. Hey, so Apostle Paul, he was telling to Timothy that these two men, watch what happens to them, man. Because they a bunch of reprobates. You can't be a reprobate in this thing, man. You know? Void of judgment. Basically, you don't have fear, man. Okay? Go ahead, man.
For their folly shall be manifest unto all men, as theirs also was.
It's going to be a public example. They're going to be made a public example. Basically, once you leave this thing, you already curse yourself. Now you're teaching doctrines of devils that you learn from these seducing spirits. Now you about to be destroyed. You know? That's why we stress doctrine so much. That's why we tell Jake, if you following us, follow us. Don't watch them. Don't listen to these other groups unless you're on a level. All right? Because hey, they teach the basics. Everything that we teach, the basic information of this truth, they all got. So if you listening just to hear them, you know, going to the basics, ain't nothing wrong with that. You can watch these other groups, but once they go into deep, when they go into, you know, the madness,
we get on the block when we do something wrong.
Yeah.
We don't ever bring him up. We just as we give him as an example. We don't ever bring him up until they off on something. As long as he stay away from the things he's off on, we don't ever bring him up.
But thou hast fully known my doctrine.
But you have thoroughly known my doctrine, what I've taught you. Right? Go ahead.
Manner of life, purpose, faith, long-suffering, charity.
He didn't know his purpose when he came up here. He wasn't worried about getting salvation because he didn't know what to be saved from. He's heard of these things, but you can tell he didn't really believe it because he ain't asked the faith question yet. He ain't asked nothing attendant to his faith up here yet. And went to his salvation. Or faith.
Charity, patience, persecutions, afflictions, which came unto me at Antioch.
Yep. And these are the things that he had to go through just to preach them the gospel, man. You know, he's basically letting it be known, like I went through these things just to show you that I'm thorough. I know what I'm talking about. I have experience in this thing. Those simple dudes right there, you're gonna hear their folly, man. You know, and you're gonna see that they were never profitable.
Because he went through the journey. When you leave off for a journey, man, you put yourself in danger, right? He went out there on that journey to tell those men and all that could happen to him, and all that did happen to him traveling to those lands, preaching the word, and he got jacked up. But he continued to do it. He believed that much. He believed that much that it was worth it to him. Okay? And it is worth it.
At Antioch, at Iconium, at Lystra, what
all these places was whooping Paul's ass, man, like tripping. They were out there tripping.
what persecutions I endured. But out of them, all the Lord delivered me. Yeah, and all that will live godly in Yahushua HaMashiach shall suffer persecution.
Yeah, you're gonna get opposition, man. That's persecution is you know, when somebody hunt after you to basically like to oppress you, man.
God.
You're gonna be oppressed for teaching this truth. And it's gonna be mainly coming from our own people. Okay? Jake, you know, they're gonna get beside themselves and you know, they really gonna show that they don't really have a genuine respect for what you do. So they're gonna use that to, you know, to try to come against you, man. You know? He don't know, I don't think he know everything. Matter of fact, I'm gonna ask him this question. And if he doesn't get it right, then he ain't a man of the Lord.
Hey, GMS does not have 100% doctrine. They couldn't answer who that man Paul was talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What was the other question he was about to come with? I think he said something like, how many times did Apostle Paul come to the church?
Corinth.
Visit Corinth.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
I couldn't deal with it no more, bro. I can't. You got the dumbest question in this one.
You know he was probably gonna say 144.
And then he gonna say the Spirit revealed it to you.
Yeah.
You can't deal with characters like that. But those same kind of jokers, Apostle Paul was trying to give the warning about, man. You know?
Hey, and an older man like that, if a younger man came in, they might listen to that guy.
Oh, they would listen to him.
You know?
They would think he was an elder.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's how they looked at that nigga Nazariah. You know, that dude, he wasn't the elder, but apparently they saw this nigga like he was an elder, and they followed him. And it's folly, man. Also, Dan is 144,000. Oh, GMS is off. You know, same shit, man. You know, and then it just got worse and worse and worse with time, man. Now all of a sudden Babylon is Vatican City is not America no more. The chariots, it's not the UFOs. Yeah, the missiles is not in the Bible. 144,000 women are part of 144,000. It just got worse. It got more ridiculous.
Snowball effect.
God.
Yeah.
You know, hey, their folly shall be shown before the congregation, man. You gonna get to see their folly, man. And we've been seeing it.
Verse 13, but evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived.
Oh, man. Deceiving and being deceived, man. You know? Hey, you done got seduced by a seducing spirit with doctrine of devils, and now you done became that seducing spirit, teaching doctrine of devils, man. And everybody see you like you a man of the Lord. Now you one of those false apostles that Satan set up. You know? Marvel not of Satan. His ministers are becoming ministers of light. You know? They have the form of godliness, but they deny the power thereof. You know? They have the circumcision, but they're very unruly. You know? Go ahead, brother.
But continue down in the things
But you continue down in the things, go ahead,
which thou hast learned
which you have learned, go ahead,
and hast been assured of,
and you've been confident of what you've actually learned. You wholeheartedly believe exactly what was taught from the elder. All right, you're not wavering. You're not like, oh, I don't know about
You
this.
learned so much from Elder Malcolm.
Right.
How you to where you at now? How would you lead? How would you lead GMS? You're being taught by Elder Malcolm. How could you possibly have fallen off? The Most High didn't want you. That's why. He don't want you.
Yeah, that was the point. That was the point, man. Showing you that Apostle Paul was adamant about doctrine, man. And you see it in the elder apostles, man. You know? You get to teaching your own thing, and you need to remove GMS from your title, man. You know? That's how serious it is. Okay? That was it. Yeah, I got something.
And it's Matthew 14 and 14.
Also, 1 Timothy 1 is 3.
Matthew 14 and 13. But he answered and said, every plant which my heavenly Father hath not planted shall be rooted up. Let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch.
Yep. They all gonna fall into destruction, man. You know? They basically, Satan's gonna be leading their charge, man. You know? That's plain, man. You know? Somebody can get that in Timothy.
First Timothy, chapter 1, verse 3. As I besought thee to abide still at Ephesus when I went into Macedonia, that thou mightest charge some that they teach no other doctrine.
That they teach no other doctrine. And he's telling this to his spiritual son Timothy. Because Timothy was in charge over that church. So he basically stressed them, hey, make sure that they teach no other doctrine. Why? Because you got reprobates coming in here and they thinking that they can just say what the hell they want and preach a whole nother gospel that they never learned from me. You know, and if anybody follow them dudes, you're gonna be led to death. Okay? So that's why. So if you come up here and you bring a whole nother doctrine, hey, we can't deal with you, man. You know, you believe that? All right, cool. Go up the block, set you up in camp and teach that, man. Don't come over here on this platform, on this foundation with that garbage, man. Okay. And we starting to get past debate. It's at this point. It's at the point now because we so far in. We so far in. You know, we at the end of this thing. We don't need to debate you. It's already finalized what the truth is, man. Okay. It's already established what the truth is and who got it. It's up to your faith if you believe who got the truth and who don't. Okay. That was the point. That was the scripture. I don't know if y'all got it.
Ecclesiastes chapter 26, verse 28. There be two things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry. A man of war that suffereth poverty, and men of understanding that are not set by.
When you leave Great Millstone, you're not set by the wisdom that's coming out of this place. This ain't good enough for you. You're gonna go searching out somewhere else that we ain't searched. You look at the thoroughness of Great Millstone that we were given through the Spirit, down through the apostles on how to push this word out. And you're not edified by that after a year. You're offended somewhere.
And one that returneth from righteousness to sin, the Lord prepares such and one for the sword.
Yep.
Yeah, as soon as you leave the truth and go back into the world, yeah, you pretty much gonna be preserved to those missiles, man. You know? Because what does it mean to be accursed? You know, we went into that the other day. It basically means to be execrated, which means you're gonna be devoted either to holiness or to destruction. If you're accursed, you're going to be basically preserved unto destruction. That's a curse, man. Meaning the Lord's going to hold you to the destruction, man. You know? Yeah.
Luke 12.
Because if you tasted of the gift of the Holy Spirit, basically you like it says, it was at
Hebrews.
I think it's in Hebrew.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting it mixed up. It might be 2 Peter, the 2nd chapter. It says after they have received the taste of the gift, you have the gift of the Holy Spirit, meaning the Spirit at one point was working with you. You was getting the understanding. You had the full truth. You was, up under the body of Yahushua, only to basically trample over it and abandon it. Now you just go on left field. You know, that's when the Lord takes the Spirit from you and leave you to your own will, man. You end up like King Saul and shit, man. You know?
Luke chapter 12, verse 41. I gotta read the 48. Then Peter said unto him, Lord, speakest thou this parable unto us, or even to all? And the Lord said, Who then that is faithful and wise steward, whom his Lord shall make rule over his household, to give them their portion of meat in due season? Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Of a truth I say unto you, that he will make him ruler over all that he hath. But if that servant say in his heart, My Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to beat the men servants and maidens,
And the type of questions that guy was asking, those trivial questions, you need to be asking stuff about the prophecies, about your salvation. But those are the more prudent questions to be asking. But them long time, they're not, how do we say that's correct?
But if that servant say in his heart, My Lord
delay is coming,
delayeth his My Lord delayeth his coming.
My Lord delayeth his coming. I got time to ask these dumbass questions, that's gonna build up my faith. No, we're not. Like the brother read in Sirach 3, he said, what is humanity, therefore upon with reverence. The things that you're able to receive that you can do now, get into that.
Yep.
And let the Spirit guide you from here.
And shall begin to beat the men servants and maidens, and to eat and drink, and to be drunken. The Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and at an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him in sunder, and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers. And that servant which knew this Lord's will, and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes.
With many stripes. And do according to the will of the Lord. You knew it, you were worried about something else, you wasn't sure. The Lord showed up, you wasn't ready. Hey, ain't that like what your daddy was doing? Somebody was in your family, he tell you to do something, you late,
and he entrusted in you to do it.
Yeah.
You know? He entrusted you to do it. Like he expected. Once he give you something special, he expect you to do something with it, man. You know? This knowledge is precious, man. Nobody can't anybody get this. Okay? If you receive this, you gotta do exactly what the Lord told you to do with it.
That's right.
Okay? It's serious, man. You could get killed over this, man. And Jake don't take it serious. Like I said, they reprobates. They don't fear the Most High, man. Jake want to get this knowledge so they can boast. They want to get this knowledge so they can lord over people. They want to get this knowledge so they can extort people. All type of ulterior motives. They want to get fame and vainglory. A lot of you niggas gonna get killed, man. You know?
How you listen to a guy like the guy that came with Black Jacket, right? Right? That
Yeah.
Bible's messed up. You ain't, how come you not the first to say, no, it ain't? He didn't say shit. He didn't even look funky. He just sitting there like he was waiting on him to say something. I got this one. 2 Peter 2:20. For after they have escaped the pollutions of the world through the knowledge of the Lord, Yahweh Mashiach, the Lord and Savior, it says they are again entangled therein and overcome. The latter end is bursting with them than the beginning. It says, for it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness than after they have known it, to turn from the holy commandment delivered unto them. Now, I think that's what we're going to say the heavens are given.
I want to say it's even 2 Peter 2, Hebrews 6, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm going to see it was one that said the heavenly gift, so escape the pollutions of the world. There's one that's talking about the heavenly gift. That's how it's about how precious this word really is. And it is a gift. It says, but it has happened to them according to the true proverb.
Yeah, it's Hebrews 6.
Yeah. 6 and 4.
The dog is turned to his own vomit again, and the soap that was washed to her wallowing in the fire. Yep, right back into the pollution. Like you escaped it, you found great millstone. No, they off on something.
He got caught up in his feelings.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
now bro, right? Fine. You probably right with the word now.
Well, the scriptures say offenses must come.
Well, to them, to whom they come.
Like, cause what is an offense? A stumbling block. If you ain't meant to make it, if you ain't meant to get it, there's gonna be a lot of different things or certain things that's gonna be a stumbling block to you. You know, some's gonna throw you off. You know, and Yahweh Shai is the word. It tells you that he's the that's why every day we it's like every single day we finally come to the understanding why the Most High has to kill the majority of Israel. It's like that understanding builds up each day.
Yeah.
Like I understand now. You know, that hatred is being built, man. Hey, speaking of, because I'm on the top right now. Some breaking news, real quick. Breaking news. I gotta bring it up now, brothers.
Hey, that's why in Isaiah 65 it said 2/3 gonna be a curse unto his chosen. So we gonna look at the 2/3 as a curse. You know, we don't want no deals with you. Right? May the Most High destroy you. You know, and we gonna rejoice in the 2/3 being destroyed.
That's right.
All right, breaking news. Breaking news, nigga. Nipsey Hussle shot 6 times in a critical condition. Yeah. He said he got hit in the head too, so he's fighting for his life right now. But really, he's probably going back to the spirit. He's probably more than likely out of there.
Somebody had told me, hey, don't you think Nipsey Hussle was good? You gotta remember where he came from.
Like the nigga last week or week before saying, you think it's just people that do bad that's still good or something like that?
I know good people, evil hearts.
Damn.
It's
just. Hey,
I mean, shit, I ain't gonna lie. I do listen to his music.
Yeah.
And shit.
Hey, I listen to him too. But hey, man, let's get some scriptures, man. Let's kind of get Job 19, 29.
Yeah. Yep.
Psalms 68. 20. That was the Most High that ultimately did that, man. That was judgment, man. I mean, we all know, we listen to rap and all that, but you gotta understand, man. What lifestyle do these rappers live?
Yeah.
You know?
I got 19 and 29.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Job 19 and 29. Be ye afraid of the sword, for wrath bringeth the punishments of the sword.
Yeah, because, hey, when the Lord sends the sword after you, that's your punishment, man. You did some shit, man. You in trouble with the Heavenly Father. Bad shit don't happen to people because they're good.
Right.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't happen, man. Okay? Whatever energy you put out there, it's gonna come right back to you.
You can't.
And what do Jake rap about? All they rap about is gunplay.
They know too
You know?
much detail.
Yeah, man.
They're completely innocent.
They talk about adultery, popping another man's woman. All the things that the scriptures speak against, they glorify it in the rap music, man. You wonder why these rappers die violent deaths. Okay? Read that again, huh?
Be ye afraid of the sword, for wrath bringeth the punishments of the sword, that ye may know there is a judgment.
That you may know that there is a judgment, man. Another word for judgment is justice. Okay? And the Most High is the one who gives the decision on the sentence of that justice, man.
Right.
Okay? So when you hear about the death of somebody, just know that that was judgment from the Heavenly Father from the heavens, man. Okay? Hey, Nipsey Hussle, hey, we like some of his stuff.
Yeah.
But ain't no respect of persons when it come to judgment, man. That dude was a reprobate, man. He wasn't into this truth.
That's exactly what I told him.
He wasn't in the truth, man.
Kind of like Nipsey. I love Nipsey. I love Nas. Like, these niggas ain't right.
None of
Niggas in
them
the
are right.
congregation of the dead. Hey, he lucky he didn't have to starve to death, man. Skinny nigga like him. He lucky he didn't have to starve to death. For real.
Hey, the bros was saying that he got mercy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's an easy way out.
He got mercy, man. Straight up, man.
No pictures, please.
Job 4:7. Remember I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. Job 4:5. But now it is time. When now it is come upon thee, and thou faintest, it toucheth thee, and thou art troubled. Is not this thy fear, thy confidence, thy hope in the uprightness of thy ways?
Wouldn't you be good if you really have fear of the Most High? Shouldn't you be good? Shouldn't you do the things that they say to do and stay away from things they say not to do? Right? That thou mayest live from the Father of spirits. Okay? Right?
Well, they just
He
announced
did. He
it.
did.
He's dead. He out of there. Go. See, hey,
spot.
that's why you gotta fear Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. You have to fear him, man.
That's right.
You know, and these rappers, man, they push a whole lifestyle upon Jake that's keeping him in that ongoing cycle, man. And Esau knows what he's doing by marketing that shit, man. Marketing all these niggas that rap about that demonic ass shit. And it keeps them under those vibrations. They keep them doing the wicked shit that they're doing, man.
I don't want to change the spirit, but I want to say this about that situation. Now niggas is about to
Oh yeah.
this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they about to. He's a martyr now.
Yep.
And you know what's gonna happen? The niggas in LA it's about to be a
It's
war.
about to be a war. Yeah, definitely, man.
And I kept thinking
Them
that.
60s, you already know it's about to be a war.
Yeah.
I kept thinking.
More niggas about to die now.
Yeah, exactly. But the judgment got to go out. But I kept thinking like, this is kind of unheard of. A nigga staying in the hood like that and not nobody getting it.
That's why you ain't supposed to. You weren't supposed to stay in the hood, man. Jake, what they call it, Jake, hood rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You made a name for yourself. You're a celebrity, but you're like, well, but I feel like I want to better my people. I want to get back to where I came from. You learn every time when you do that shit, you get bit.
Let me say this. The homicide was still around all of those low-level ass niggas, and they killed him too. What makes you niggas think they gonna do to you?
Come.
He was really out there trying to help people and tell them, you know?
Yeah.
And what they do? They killed him.
And it wasn't no rap beat, by the way. That was some straight gang shit.
Con, yeah.
Because they shot him right out his own store on Slauson.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah.
That was some hood shit.
Yeah, and that shit is right in the middle of the hood, man.
Next to the fish.
Slauson and Crenshaw.
Into the fish market.
Them trays, them A-trays, all them dudes, man. The 60s, even though they're a big Crip set, they got a lot of enemies too. You know? Hey, but he was a part of that. He glorified, you know, that lifestyle, man. He was repping Crip hard, man. 60s. You know? That's what comes with that lifestyle. But that goes to show you also the curses. That's the curse.
Yep.
Thou eye shall be evil towards thy brother, man, thy bosom. And Jake just can't understand why it's like that where we live. That's because you cursed. You curse why? Because you don't consider the voice of the Lord, man. The word, the scriptures, man, this wisdom. That's why you niggas die, man. Yep.
Amos chapter 9, verse 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword.
Yep. Man, Nipsey, hey, you know, I mean, all he talked about was, you know, first and foremost, because he was like one of those, you know, I gotta get it, you know, on my own. I gotta come up and hustle and, you know, make a name for myself and make money. So basically, Mammon was his God. And then on top of that, he glorified the gang life. Okay? Tatted up from head to toe. You know? And Jake see that and they get influenced, man.
God.
So you about to hear a bunch of Nipsey being bumped. They about to bump that victory lap everywhere where you at now.
And it was funny when I heard of the name lap, victory lap's the end of the race.
Yeah.
There's one more lap for the end of the race. That's the end of niggas' thing. That's a sign the Most High is going to start killing niggas like you. That think you want to be educated but still can't let it go. That can't humble all the way down and clean yourself all the way up. It's a wrap for you niggas, man.
And I'm sure he heard the truth.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure he heard the truth, man.
Yeah, because
even though he's a Eritrean, he's clearly a Jew, clearly an Israelite, man. But he's of the 2/3, you know. And he came into a satanic ass industry, man. You know? He was approved by the left hand. Okay. And who knows? He could have been a sacrifice too.
Yeah, I'm thinking that.
That bitch that he knocked up, man. Like,
Lauren London?
Lauren London, man. You can't tell me she ain't a demon.
Yeah, he's connected with Diddy now too.
Come, Jay-Z, yep. He had a connection with all those sellouts, man. Witches.
Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Hey, the devil always wants his money back. Let's start there, okay? But as well as, don't think you're gonna get into the demonic ass industry and get on a certain level without making, I don't want to say some sacrifices, but you know, you're gonna have to give up something. And then when you don't give up what you want to keep that on to that satanic vibration. You can't taste that, you can't taste the left hand get neither. You think they don't come with a penalty. That comes with a penalty. Ask Bill Cosby. Ask Tupac. Ask all these niggas, man. R. Kelly. All them babies R. Kelly gonna put out in the world. You gotta pay for that shit, man.
Amos 9 and 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword.
Well, Salak, bro. Read 9 and 9.
Amos 9 and 9.
It's that time, verse 8. Okay.
Amos 9 and 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom.
Man, the Most High is watching you niggas, man. He's watching. He's watching Jake. He said start at Mount Sanctuary, right? Well, particularly with those that know their Israel, but also he gotta watch you Israelites, man. And then the judgment gotta come. Before he really put the heathen in subjection and to start really killing the heathen off like that, he gotta kill you Jakes too, man. 2/3 gotta go.
Start at the house of the
the ancients.
Yep.
Right, bro?
Man, there's no telling you got this nigga, man.
Right.
You know, maybe the streets knows, witnesses or whatever, but you know, because
even if it was the top level that got him,
yeah,
you know, because of the industry, they use the street level nigga.
Oh yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
Or it could. What if it was a Trump supporting Edomite?
that's what I'm saying.
You know, that saw
Street level.
he saw the YG Nipsey fuck Donald Trump video and like, I'm about to kill this nigga if I see him.
That nigga smack man.
Yeah.
Coming back at him.
Or I think he got into it with some Mexicans. That was like maybe a couple of months ago. He got into it with some Mexicans at a club. Who knows, man? 'Cause in the 60s they beat with the Florentians too in LA. You know, some Issacharite gangs out there that will fuck with Jake like that, man.
They said like I think 3 people got shot.
One died, but now 2 now.
Yeah.
So another one is probably.
So they probably had some heavy shit.
Yeah.
You know. Shit. It's judgment.
Hey, what's crazy, what's eerie is Nipsey Hussle. He made a mixtape series called Bullets Ain't Got No Name.
Yeah. 2 of them.
He made 2 of them. No, he made 3.
3 at the end.
Say that again.
Nipsey, he made when he first came out. His first mixtapes, he had a mixtape series called Bullets Ain't Got No Name. Volume 1, 2, 3.
Some bullshit.
You know?
That ain't the truth according to the scripture. Every bullet got a name on it, man. The Most High got your name etched in it. And some of y'all niggas suck so bad at shit.
Six of them had his name on it.
Right. And one of them had it.
One had a head,
shot.
his head shot. Both sides, hey, that's why you gotta fear him.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah.
Amos 9 and 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord. For lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among
It's a
all
sifting
nations.
series. Hey, if you get sifted out, you get sifted to a death, man. You get sifted out this thing, you get sifted to a death. And just because you're making it more and more levels, don't mean you made it out, that you made it. You know what I mean? You can get down to that last level, your judgment gonna be worse. Okay? Niggas that's getting sifted out early like this, y'all kind of getting a lightweight mercy.
And the Lord is basically, he's making his rounds. Basically, how the both sides gonna do it with Israel is he's gonna start jacking up dudes that know that they Israel, like false prophets.
Yeah.
Guys that's in camps, he gonna bug them out and basically preserve them to their judgment. And then you also gonna have judgment on the outside of the circumcision in Israel. He's getting 2/3, he's gonna be plucking them out. And then amongst the celebrities, Israelites is making his way, taking them out. It tells you that the stars of heaven shall fall, man.
And you know, a lot of them knew they was Israelites after Kendrick came out and spoke about that. So ain't no excuse for majority of none of the celebrities, because everybody listens to that last Kendrick album.
Yeah, you got Grammys and points and prizes. Everybody heard that.
Like as corn is sifted in the seed, and yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth.
The ones that's in the hand, they can't be plucked out. You ain't gonna drop one,
keep them safe.
Keep them safe.
All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which
All
say,
the sinners of the people gonna die by the sword. You got sifted out. You fell through.
Get Sirach 39.
Yep.
which say, the evil shall not overtake, nor prevent us.
Hey, that's why you never left the hood, man. You didn't think the ills of the hood
He thought he was
gonna
gonna prosper, man. He thought like, hey, I'm gonna get.
stay here protected by my people. Or nobody can touch me.
I'm hot now. I put out I finally put out my album and it got a lot of success.
It got nominated for a Grammy.
Nominated for Grammys, right? He thought he was just gonna get bigger and bigger and make more and more money. I got a bad bitch, an actress, you know, Lauren London and you know Jake. You see what happens, man? You could be at the pinnacle of your success, man. You could be doing very well, and then out of nowhere, boom. That's why we're not supposed to boast of tomorrow, man.
That's right.
There you go. I walked through the valley of the shadow of death.
You store all these riches up, and then you don't even know that your life could be required after you done done it.
Yeah. It's a cold parable right there.
Cold, man.
And that 23rd Psalm, this is literally the shadow. Everywhere you go, you in the shadow of death, man. Everywhere you go, you in the shadow of death in this place. It can creep on you at any moment. You ain't nobody safe here.
You want to see some music from gospel?
Oh yeah, we were preaching the Bible.
Oh, you get to the point. Spirits be great for vengeance.
It's 39 and 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time,
6 sore strokes. There's more.
which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
Hey, and Israel is so dangerous, man. Like being around niggas, they're just as dangerous as Esau, man. You can't be around them too much. And the scriptures say how thy young ones, they're faint and they lie on the streets as a wild bull, full of the fury of the Lord. These dudes are they're full of the fury, man. They just look, they on edge, just looking for drama, man. It tells you that in Isaiah the 59th chapter, man. Wasting is in in their hands, man. They going around, they go from mischief to mischief, man. Matter of fact, somebody get that. Isaiah 59. Israel is wicked like that, man. And you have these other nations looking at us like, look, how is it that y'all complain about how the white man is killing you, but every time we turn around, if it ain't the white man killing you, it's you killing. You know? And it's everybody can see that. Now Esau, he says that to be a damn asshole, but if you and Jake, we all know that's true.
Nah, I work in the daytime,
You know?
morning.
Yeah, we're gonna go right back to that, but get Isaiah 59.
Isaiah 59 and 3. For your hands are defiled with blood, and your fingers with iniquity.
Yeah, keep going.
Your lips have spoken lies, your tongue has muttered perverseness. None calleth for justice, nor any pleaded for the for truth.
People gonna be crying about, oh, Nipsey, he was a good one and all. Not according to Yahweh. No, he wasn't good with the Most High God. I don't care where he came from and what level he's on now.
I don't care what good deeds he might have done.
It's pass or fail with the Most High. Pass or fail. That nigga failed. Sorry. Failed.
And you know niggas gonna want to kill us.
Right.
Just like when we went.
This nigga got yeah, man. This nigga Jeff for the witness, he did his life, but you mad at us and want to kill us for calling it out for what it is.
Yeah, man. Y'all better not get the wrong idea.
Right.
You know? The spirit of Yahweh Shemel Rashai, man. He said, do none of my prophets no harm, man. Touch not my anointed and do none of my prophets no harm, man. You gon' get, hey, we're bringing out what happened to your boy, man.
Bless somebody, you might get blessed back.
Mosiah did that to Nipsey Hussle, man. The Lord said, I kill him and make him alive. I wound and I
They
heal.
call that better give to receive.
They trust in vanity and speak lies. They conceive mischief and bring forth iniquity. They
trust in vanity. You know, whatever they glorify, that's what they trust in, man. They trust in guns. They trust in money. They trust in, you know, the drugs that they sell. You know, they trust in vanity, man. False philosophies. Go ahead.
They hatch cockatrice eggs and weave the spider's web. He that eats
cockatrice, isn't that like snake's eggs?
It's snakes, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you thinking, oh, this might be a chicken egg or something like that. Snake and there's a viper in there.
That's real time.
You know, that's how our people are.
Well, you gotta be a piano player. I play
he
the
that
piano.
eateth of their eggs dieth, and that which is crushed breaketh out into a viper. Their webs shall not become garments, neither shall they cover themselves with their works. Their works are works of iniquity, and the acts of violence in their hand. Violence
Acts of
in their
violence.
hand.
That's why every major city where Jake is at is filled with violence, man. Okay.
I respect.
And Esau he created that environment on purpose. Okay. When he
believe you
removed
gotta
you into
respect
the lowest parts of the cities
I
in each state.
They fed you up the programs.
Yeah, man. And then he put drugs and weapons to further keep you destroyed.
Somebody said they'll be
They always talk about how the government they used to have intelligence agencies. They would actually ship trains of weapons,
Crates, yep.
and ammunition, and they would basically send it and ship it in the middle of the ghetto, man. That's why you see these young niggas walking around with fucking Uzis. Yeah, man, assault rifles, AK-47.
They said there's even a crate, like on the railroad track somewhere in the hood, and yeah.
So how would Jake get an RPG, man?
When knowing in those specific cities, the gun laws on those specific weapons are so strict, like how the hell would you get that weapon in there? Or buy it at that?
And you know how Esau, what gives Esau away is because he looks on the internet, you know, because they created these social media platforms for the CIA and FBI and all those intelligence agencies to monitor what you niggas are doing. You niggas are making music videos, waving all that shit. All your artillery, you waving it all in those music videos. To show the world how tough you are. Esau is sitting back watching you, but he ain't doing it. If you got all those weapons that you ain't supposed to have, why ain't Esau stepping in after he saw that music video? No, he's making sure he don't step in because he know that you niggas gonna do something stupid. You niggas you glorifying this so you can keep that murderous spirit on you, that spirit of Cain on you, so you can go out and continue to kill each other. Man.
Yep.
Esau can just sit back. He ain't gotta really kill you, man. You know, but he hates you so much, so he gonna help you do it for you, man. So you can't feel nothing for these niggas when they go down, man. We ain't gonna lift up a prayer. We ain't gonna shed a tear for you or none of that, man. Hey, I'm not gonna go back home and start bumping some goddamn Nipsey Hussle and sip for this nigga, man. Yeah, man. Fuck out of here, man. Watch Jake go crazy, man.
Jake gonna start buying T-shirts and albums and downloads.
That nigga,
after this generation,
bro, they gonna be making
that ass nigga too.
All these niggas, man. You know how Jake went crazy and started rioting after they that rapper that got killed last summer.
Yeah.
Jake went fucking nuts after that dude got clipped, man. They murdered this. They was parading this nigga, man. You know, like he was some messiah or something, man.
Man, he had a rap song worshiping the devil, man.
God.
Too long for
That's why the scriptures say, I think Yahweh Shai said it, he said, you are those that justify yourselves before men. For those who are highly esteemed in this world is an abomination in the sight of the Most High, man. You know? What y'all niggas idolize and deitize in this world is an
Hey,
abomination.
friend, I be your friend,
Tupac, Mosai sprayed his ass, man. And I was a hardcore fan of that nigga too. That nigga, Pac was a nigga, man. And he was preaching that hopeless, that's the spirit of hopelessness in Israel, man. Among so-called blacks, man.
And to me, when I thought about this,
I'm gonna just live my life and I'm gonna live my life like I'm about to die. You know, I don't. My fear of death is coming back reincarnated. You know, like I have nothing good to look to. I don't want to come back to this. You know.
The thing about it that I realized is his influence on the people. That's why he had to go. He couldn't just be treated like a regular old nigga. The influence he was building up. Like Biggie didn't have that type of influence. People listened to Pop and was like he was almost like he was outside. They was treating him like he was the second coming. You know, so anything he said, people would hear.
Hebrew is
We're not black people. Not black people.
You get your shirt is black. Your skin is brown.
If you want to be black, you can be black.
That's a classification. I don't believe in that either. Because you go to another country where they call black people the same thing.
Right.
I'm traveling.
All right, man.
Verse 7, Isaiah 59:7. Their feet run to evil and they make haste to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity. Wasting and destruction are in their path.
Yeah, just wasted and destruction, man. Just death, man. You know, I want to murk this nigga, and then you kill somebody, and then Jake gotta retaliate, and then it just keeps repeating, man. And then you have a whole generation of niggas in the grave over some dumb shit. It's always over the most lamest shit, man. Or it might have been a dispute over money or whatever, man.
Let me tell you how it works out in the hood. Quick scenario how it works out. Nigga kills nigga. Nigga goes back, kills other nigga personally, right? And that goes back and forth, jousting over position in the hood for the turf that Jake think they own. Right when they get big enough, the one that wins that little war, here come the other gang. LAPD or Esau Purdue and his gang and clear you out. Proving that no, this is all my shit. Nipsey probably thought he was king of Crenshaw or something. Somebody came through and laid him down. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. Fuck it, man. Another nigga did.
Damn, that's fucked up.
He didn't have the protection that niggas like Diddy and Jay-Z, you know, them niggas, they got Secret Service security. They got the Illuminati Connect. Them niggas are protected, man. But them niggas, yeah, they not going back to the hood and sharing that shit with niggas, man. You wonder why Jay-Z is so kind of, you know, he doesn't fuck with niggas like that. He doing it with the upper shalak, man. You know? He's part of the boule. They dealing with that class, man. You know? That's what happens, man. You know? But he in the spirit world, so he's in his right mind now. He's straight now, man. And now he's learning the truth. He knows who he is. He's also ashamed.
He actually rooting us on this shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you can go back.
From the Sirach 39 and 28, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
It's a big black man.
Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction.
Punishing the wicked to destruction. So the sword is part of that. These are different forms of judgment that the Lord executes on you when he's angry with you, man. You know, you put the spirit of vengeance upon people or animals to take you out. You know. So hey, you know, the people look at us like, man, y'all crazy, man, y'all heartless, man. That's distasteful, man. You know, that's you know, how could you say that about, you know? That's how the world would look at it, man. But hey, get Proverbs 28. I believe it's 28 and it might be 5 if I'm not mistaken.
Proverbs 28 and 5. Evil men understand not judgments, but they that seek the Lord understand all things.
Read that again.
Evil men understand not judgments, but they that seek the Lord Yahweh Shai understand all things.
Yeah, evil men understand not judgment. Why? Because they're reprobates. Just, you know, they void of judgment, man. They don't understand the judgment of the Most High, man. That's why those that are prudent, that are wise, they fear the Lord. You know? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. You learn that, man.
I don't mean it wrong to anybody.
You learn what not to do to piss the Most High off.
You know what the officer says? You got to in society. What worked for me?
Proverbs 1 and 10. My son, if sinners entice thee, that's what he was guilty of. One of the things that Nipsey was guilty of, enticing niggas, man. To live that gangster, murderous, hustler, by any means, wicked lifestyle. Right? Consent thou not. If sinners entice thee, consent thou not. If they say, come with us, let us wait for blood, let us lurk privately for the innocent without cause. I'm gonna ride on this nigga. I'm gonna sit back low, catch this nigga when he coming out the t-shirt shop. The cycle is sick. He said, let us swallow them up alive as the grave and whole, as those that go down into the pit. We shall find all precious substance, robbing niggas, right? All precious substance, we shall fill our houses with spoil. Sometimes you get paid for robbing niggas, and vice versa. Sometimes you get paid for the hit. Surely, we shall fill our houses with spoil. Cast in thy lot among us, let us all have one purse. My son, walk not thou in the way with them. Refrain thy feet from their path, for their feet run to evil, and make haste to shed blood. All that murder that take out. Haste to shed blood.
That's the spirit of Cain. Tubal Cain was the first rapper to speak about, you know, violent vengeance, man. Kill him with a sword. You know, you kill me, I'll pay your ass back.
First gangster rapper, Tubal Cain.
Well, shout out to Yashawan. That's what rap has become, man. You know? So hey, man, you know, he got judged, okay, and he's in the spirit world. He's gonna come back in his right mind in the kingdom, man. Okay, all the rap niggas, they all gonna go out violently, man.
Yeah.
Okay, they all gonna get destroyed. They all gonna be put to death, man, because they're destroying Israel, man. They're destroying Jake's mentalities, man.
And they got them searching out for things that they like men's blood, other men's coveting, men's
women,
properties, women or whatever else they put, whatever. And then they hustle money makers. They're searching. Most times take care of those things.
sorry first to keep from heaven. You start out on the wicked path. If you don't repent, you're gonna be put to death. Nigga sold drugs and shit, gang banging. You know, he gonna reap what he sold. No matter how fucking high you get in the world. You know?
Rich and you still gang bang. I don't understand that shit, man.
Even if you're not hard or you went out in the streets like that, she was in them streets right there though. That t-shirt, anytime you show up to that t-shirt, somebody can't come too clean on here. You can't. And I see this shit. I see this shit sitting out there.
Hey, one more scripture tell me. Did somebody get Luke 12? Let's start at 19.
For their feet run to evil and make haste to shed blood. Surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird. And they lay wait for their own blood. Yep, you played that game long enough, you're really setting yourself up to be killed. It says, they lurk privately for their own lives. So are the ways of everyone that is greedy of gain, which taketh away the life of the owners thereof.
This is Luke chapter 12, verse 16. And he spake a parable. And he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentifully. And he thought within himself, saying, what shall I do? Because I have no room where to bestow my fruits.
And this is basically a rich man. You know, he basically was successful, so he was able to accumulate wealth, riches. You know, like on Jake's standard, when you make it into the industry and you putting out albums and you know you making a name for yourself. Now all of a sudden you getting residuals. You're able to sell merchandise and get paid. Like he was able to set up a store. You know, he got nice fancy cars now.
The song, the music video double up.
Yep.
From off that Victory Lap album, that told the story. I was out there hustling, getting it, doing my street life thing.
It was that good success story, man.
The one that made it out the hood the dirty way, but I still made it.
Yep.
You know? And the success is just about, like, I'm finally up and I'm about to buy this big ass house.
What the scripture say? Let's go ahead. Because Yahweh Shai, when he taught these parables, it was to convey a moral story, man. You know? 144.
God. And he said, this will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater. And there will I'm
gonna store up more. I'm gonna get more riches. Go ahead.
And there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods.
Yep.
And I will
all
say
this jewelry, all these cars.
Yep.
You know, that's that lifestyle that Jake glamorizes, man. You know? But Jake been so down because they ain't never had nothing. They came from nothing. Jake put so much value into these things, man. And that begins to define them, man. You know?
And defile them because they'll do anything
for it
to get it.
They'll sell their soul for it, man.
See, maybe Nipsey didn't want to sell his soul.
Yeah, maybe he did.
Yeah.
Or he made a contract and didn't hold up to the party. I mean,
what they say, that's what they say party is.
He probably broke the oath real early.
Yeah.
You know, who knows, man?
And I will say to my soul, soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years.
Well, you got it, man. You got a heavy ass, fat ass bank account. You know, you got the black card. You got these, you got it good. And you got the respect of the hood. You know, well, evidently not. You trying to get back to the same community that actually destroyed you. You go back and you find out that hood that you glorified and you pushed, they really didn't love you. They didn't respect you. You Why you think we don't teach in the hood, man? Fuck these niggas, man.
Take it to a pastor to hear the truth.
Take the east, eat, drink, and be merry. But the Most High said unto him, Thou fool,
Thou fool. Go ahead.
this night thy soul shall be required of thee.
Man, your life tonight, your life is required right now. You done did all that work. That's what the scripture say. Labor not to be rich, man. You know, because what good is it if you ain't here to enjoy it? It's taken from you.
They say in what's it, Ecclesiastes, men store it up and for another man to take it, or you know to.
Yeah, man. He living for those for those he that will pity the poor, man.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Then who shall those things be which thou hast provided? So is he that layeth up treasure for himself and is not rich toward the Most High. Woo.
Yeah, man. So you can have all the riches in the world, but if you're not rich towards the Most High, basically you in debt, man. And that payment is basically with your blood. Okay? So basically he died for his own sins, man. Okay? So, I don't know if y'all got anything else, we can wrap it up. So with that, we're going to close. We're going to give all praise to Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Abakakudash.
To the order of apostles who love the great millstone, and shalom down, peace and blessings to the fellow laborers, the tabernacle of David, those who elect. We're going to say shalom.